believe we're doing this. Well, last minute cancellation. How can we pass up this opportunity? Well, we did tell Cannon why they were. Oh, we did. You know.
Alright, put on. Hey, Daryl. Put up a post them live. Alright, we are live. Can't wait to the crazy weekend. Well, I'm editing full gear as we speak, so I just got done recording it about 2 hours ago. I just took a break. Pretty good, pretty good. It's been a bit of a busy day because I had a delivery drive for most of it, but it's been a pretty good day. All things considered. Who has defended this championship 3 times already. Jack's tipping top for the championship tonight as we are on the heels of the shocking events that took place just 6 days ago at Backlash. Oh, we're getting the Backlash recap video. I don't know when Ray is gonna get SmackDown out. I'll try and figure that out with him because of episode numbering. Like, I try not to get upset when SmackDown is running late or NXT is running late. The only reason I do, mainly, is because I end up having to remake thumbnails and redo episode titles. Like, for example, I've got Elimination Chamber uploaded already. And it is listed in the back end as episode 39. But if SmackDown doesn't come out on time, or like before everything else, it's going to have to be episode 38, and so on and so forth. In Cena's legendary career, he wants to retire as champion. Orton has something to say about it tonight. Oh, wait a minute. Catch up by Randy. Randy now for an RKO. Orton shoved into the official. And there we go. There's my question. Would you have to carry more? Okay, Zach, so you've asked me this a lot, and I'm going to just be 100% real. It's a video game, so there's no answer. Like, it's a video game. I don't know what you want me to answer with on that. None of them? All of them, because I played 2 controllers for every one of those matches? Like... In character, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't think about it the way you do in that regard. Like, I just don't. Except the fact that the old John Cena never would have taken a victory like that. Hey, Pierre. Good. Good to be here. Good to be back. Good to be alive. But yep, LAW, done. Wrapped up. There's Jeff Cobb alongside Solo and Jacob.
SmackDown is quite simply the numbers game. It's very hard to use the numbers game when your numbers have dropped through injury. Solo Sikoa lost the Tongan terrorist not so long ago, but he's found himself a major new acquisition, and what a fall of muscle that man is. A man who wrecks top at Backlash, most specifically wrecking the body and chances of LA Knight at the United States Championship fatal four-way match. And coming up later tonight, Solo will have a chance to chart his own.
Yeah, Money in the Bank qualifiers begin tonight. Then we get Cobb versus Fatu at Money in the Bank. I don't know if it'll be that soon. Not sure if it'll be that soon.
Gentlemen, please help me welcome the man who helped keep the United States Championship in his family. My man, JC. When Roman lost to Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania,
Someone Jeff Cobb and American made same.
he ruined everything. We lost everything. But now, I'm here to take it all back. And that starts with me by winning the qualifying match, going on the Money in the Bank.
Hi, other Daryl.
And then going after the title, bringing it back to the family where it all belongs.
Huh.
And if there's anybody in the back that tries to step in front of me, they will get dealt with by my man JC and the Samoa Werewolf.
He keeps calling Jeff Cobb JC. Interesting.
Because they better get it where they fit in, because I'm all gas.
Oh boy.
Let's keep it 100. Don't you ever get this thing twisted over here. I told y'all I was bringing the U.S. title to the family. And I told you I was going to do it with you or without you. And if anybody gets in my way, we'll line them up, because I'm going to deal with them all by myself. It's at the end of the day.
Reports that all his faces are ready. I have not heard those reports.
Of course I know what you mean. Everybody knows what you mean. I know what you mean. JC knows what you mean. Okay? Jacob, don't worry. You gotta understand something. The reason I'm doing all of this is because I love you. Everything I'm doing is to help. Check them. Look at your shoulder. What is that? That's proof. That's proof of me telling you that I love you. Check them. But there's something I need to hear from you. You remember that thing you used to tell me all the time? Remember? You used to say it loud and proud every minute of the day. It was like, I love you. What was that? How did you used to say it? What was that? I love you, Solo. No, that ain't it. That's not how you used to say it. Everybody here knows how you say it. You used to say it loud and proud. Jacob, come on, man. Hey, man, tell them how you used to say it. Tell them, Jacob, who do you love? Tell everybody how you used to say it. Who do you love, Jacob?
All right, while Solo and Jacob are squabbling, I'm gonna see if I got this working. Here's LA Knight. Get my man out of the bloodline vortex. I'm begging you. What? I don't like LA Knight in short shorts. I don't know how I feel about LA Knight in short shorts. That's weird. I don't know what that is, JT.
Because you know what goes through with that briefcase? What? Goes to that title. Then once I qualify and bring that briefcase back to us, girl, that's so cute. But if anyone's gonna win this money today, it's that you guys feel That's right. And yesterday I'm going to a beautiful social economic policy with trickle down effects like lower interest rates for my secret purpose.
Okay, we're getting... Oh, hi, Alexa Bliss. She just kind of spawns in. Yeah, promo package for Punk, Rollins, Reigns, the song. Ah, gotcha. Here's the song. Gotcha. Alright, let's see. So it's Chelsea versus Bliss versus Michin. If no one gets involved, I feel like it's a, if no one gets involved, it's a, fuck am I trying to say? If no one gets involved, it's a Bliss win. If Charlotte gets involved, it's a Chelsea win.
nugget. I can't believe how good they are.
Right, hey, you believe it?
Into Taco Bell. Taco Bell.
Yeah, but a taco place with your nuggets, right?
Yeah. And fire act is awesome.
They're good. They're not chicken place. We do that for a chicken place. Chicken? Can't a taco place be good nuggets? Are we not allowed to do that?
You know, Alexis Charlotte duo, if done right, could be great. Yeah, it seems like that might be the feud they're going with.
Taco place, that's a chicken place, that's also a taco place.
Sunday days, Homer Sunday Loser podcast. Real iced tea, real vodka, refreshing goes down. Look at Good Times Cruise, you suckers. Everything you are. Everything you got.
Hi, at Premium Wireless, $15 a month. Take me in total. But at Premium Wireless, $15 a month. Hey, why not?
I will admit, part of me kind of debated not streaming tonight because, like, I don't have really much to talk about.
Premium Wireless, $15 a month.
Like, at the same time, I have nothing else going on tonight, so.
Let's just stop having AI write these, okay, guys? Mopping is hard work. Have you tried the Swiffer Power Mop? It has a built-in solution that breaks down dirt on contact. Plus, 360 degrees overhead, things up along baseboards, and even behind the toilet. Bye-bye, bucket. Swiffer Power Mop.
Welcome to the hut. Where's the dawn of magic? With PL Fudge Cookies, delicious with the that looks delicious.
Oh, hell. What do you have to talk about, JT? I'm scared. What do you have to talk about? Oh, okay. Overall thoughts on LAW. That's a solid question. It was a weird run. Yeah, LAW was a weird run. There was a lot of LAW I liked.
Poshmark SmartList AI feature. I just take a pic and let SmartList do the rest. I love it. My world is in constant motion. The gym, the airport.
Like,
when I'm comfortable, I'm able to slow
there was a lot of it I liked, you know.
stretches that side stretch and keeps
And
so even though it's the comfort of dreaming it that
there was a lot of stuff I liked in it, but after a while, it did become... It did kind of become a situation of, like... What am I trying to say, right? It became a point of... Not terribly many people were watching it. And... Like, not terribly many people were watching it to begin with. And there was a lot I enjoyed, right? Like, let me not, the invasion angle seemed a little rushed. Was there supposed to be more? There was supposed to be more, but I just didn't have interest in doing it anymore. That was it. It was gonna have, like, a whole multi-month thing, but I didn't want to anymore. Like, simple as that. That's kind of just where it went for me at that point. Like, let me get it where it's just me on the screen here and I'm not looking at all these files. So yeah, it felt rushed because it was, right? Like, there was going to be way more to it. There's a bunch of new people that were going to come in. There were going to be title changes and stuff. But, like, the nail in the coffin for me was when I made the announcement that it was moving to 2K25, but it was only going to be on last gen and PC, and nobody sent in characters. Or the people that did it on next gen and didn't get the fucking hint. Didn't get the fucking clear as day message that it was on last gen and PC only. And So, like, it was just kind of a matter of, like, hang on. But yeah, like, there was a lot I liked with LAW. I mean, there really was. You know, you go back and look at it, it all started on the Xander LS11 channel, and we can kind of take a deeper look at it tonight, right? Like, you go on the Xander LS11 channel when it comes to LAW, and you come down here, and I'll unmute this now. Whoops. Like, LAW started with here, with the LS11 Indies begin, right? This is where it all kicked off. Like, we started out in, like, the roller rink disco place. And it was, you know, it was cool at first, right? Like,
give it someone
the Baron Blade stuff started pretty early as well.
People can rely on. Is that what?
Like, I feel like it started strong, and, like, maybe it should have never left. Like, maybe it should have never left Xander LS11. Maybe it should have stayed. But also, I wanted to do my stop motion stuff, and I didn't want there to be a disconnect. There were ideas to maybe move it to Wrestle Luigi recently and keep it going there. Like, admittedly, I thought about moving it to Wrestle Luigi and keeping it going there. But, like I said, when...
I don't have a lawyer. I will be contacting somebody.
Like, when it came down to it, and...
by Seth Rollins.
When it came down to it, and I realized I wasn't really getting any fan characters submitted on 2K25, and I was having to make all these characters myself, and it was just becoming a lot more trouble than it was worth when I could have focused on other stuff. And admittedly, the idea to turn LAW into TNA again, that did come about 2 weeks ago when a bunch of releases happened, when, like, the Shayna release happened. I was like, you know, all these people are getting released. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people I want to use that have nothing going on. What if I brought back TNA and I allow a handful of LAW original characters to jump to TNA as well? That way, some of the fan characters get to stick around, like the ones I like, essentially the ones that don't get on my nerves, / the ones I can do stuff. The ones that I can find stuff to do with while helping keep some people on screen. And I went through with that, and, like, you know, we had like a bunch of actual wrestlers there at first, like Maven, Dante Leon, Ash by Elegance was there for a match. It was where Amanda Lawrence made a return. And part of me kind of wishes I'd just always stuck with this arena, because I did always like this arena, but I liked the idea of making it a little bit bigger as more people were joining it and more people were getting interested. And then, you know, this is when it was going to coexist with LSWF. Like, Adrian Nova's got the LSWF title in the first episode when he faces Fuego del Sol.
He is deceivingly tough. Oh my god!
And then we had the really fun moment. Like, I will never forget the, yeah, Blackstone and JT are going to be part of TNA. Yep.
For the 1, 2, 3.
But, like, I will never forget the reaction when this happened.
You've got to be fucking kidding me. No.
And this was like malicious compliance on my part. because so many people were making the jokes that they wanted Ryback in the LS11 universe. I was like, you know what?
The Ryback as a joke.
I will give you Ryback.
Baron Blade.
I was like, I will give you the Ryback as a
Hands
joke
up.
on the
Shell shock.
indies. And I thought it was really funny to do so. And a lot of people thought it was funny, honestly. Like, it popped a lot of people when Ryback showed up. So, like, there's the humble beginnings of LAW. And this is when it was, like, super experimental. Like, you can see I was doing other stuff with it as well before I really found my foot just doing, like, figure stuff. You can just see the sheer... Look at this. 12,000 views. This has almost as much views as the most viewed LS11 videos. Like, ARW was supposed to continue. Like, this was just going to become the secondary wrestling channel at one point. It just, it didn't work out. Like, that's all there is to it. It just didn't work out, right? Like, Heel Corner was found fun for what it was. Yeah, and, like, the Great Tournament. I love the Great Tournament. This was a fun episode. I don't know, like, speaking as, like, an actual design perspective, I don't 100% know what I was thinking making Eliza Blackstone / Elizabeth Bell go blonde. Like, she borderline turned into Emma Frost for a little while.
Of our 4 first-round matches, we're doing all 3 rounds of the tournament tonight, and then
we had, like, the whole one-night tournament, Blue Pain, Hanzo, Maven, Blake Christian... Oh, wait, hold on. We can't forget this all-timer.
boss man around here. You know who I'm talking about. ZRC is what he likes to call himself. Yeah. For a guy that's favorite wrestler's Joe Hendry, I can really say his name and
say his name and he appears. I believe in ZRC.
Appear? Go ahead. You can clap twice if you want. I won't be offended. Ugh. And here I was thinking that avoiding all the family outings, I could avoid you.
The I believe in ZRC moment is still one of my favorite gags I've ever done. And, like, I've made a shirt out of it at this point. I also spun my chair too fast and knocked over a bunch of shit, so I gotta fix that real quick. Hold on. There we go. Spun around in my chair, hit my desk. But yeah, the I believe in ZRC moment, it's legitimately one of my favorite moments. Dude, absolutely hilarious. Pete, never forget the LS11 food and stuff and Wild House. Right, yeah. Like, yeah. Curtis Axel was in LAW at one point. Casey Navarro. The announcement that Zilla and Lance were coming. But yeah, like, told her that would have been Colton who cashed. She kind of looked like Taylor Swift for a little while, did Lizzie. On the same night. Like, Eliza looked like Taylor Swift for a little while with that hair. And then, it was Heath versus Blackstone. Blackstone did swap from having, like, real wrestling gear to just wrestling in jeans.
Kicks him in the face.
I don't know what made me switch that. Yeah, like... like, there she is. It was a different look for sure. Brunette definitely has suited her better. And then this was a fun finish. This was a fun finish to the show.
The referee! Blackstone just pile drove the referee! Well, hold on!
He does rock the jeans, you're right. And I think Bliss is about to pick up the win. Oh wait, no, is Chelsea gonna steal it?
Bloody hell, Zeta, you could have at least told someone you were leaving the announce table. Alright, well, Zeta just Was he wearing a referee shirt the whole time in case something like this happens?
Nope.
He just looked over at me and nodded. Casey.
Yeah, I gave Casey Navarro the win because fuck Alexander Blackstone. All my homies hate Alexander Blackstone. And it looks like that's going to be a Bliss win. Maybe Chelsea can get a last chance qualifier. Well, let's see. Oh, I love the... Wait, no, it's King of the Universe. That's the next episode, because that's where I bring the LSWF US title to the show.
Yeah, no. You ain't getting to do any kind of intro. No one's going to get to introduce the show. We are just jumping right into this thing.
Find that old Blackstone gear. I gotta
We
remake
ain't doing
it or
nicknames.
something.
We ain't doing jokes. Xander, get down here. I don't care if I got to do the say your name bit. I don't care what I got to do. All right, well, that... Next weekend at LAW's first ever... Oh, no.
The early days of my
Well,
feud
that's-
with Alexander Blackstone were really cool as well. Never forget the Righteous was in LAW for a little while.
With some tag
Vincent and Bald Dutch. Rosilla and Lance. Jack Perry showed up during his brief firing from Ray EW.
As he goes right back up.
Was the Ryback. Renee Michelle was there. And she and like, you see what I mean? She had like real Emma Frost vibes going on at one point.
And now tonight she wants the LAW women's title.
Like, Eliza Blackstone had like Emma Frost vibes going on for a little while there. And that was actually the idea. She was going to be the White Queen. Yeah. She was going to be the White Queen, Eliza Blackstone, at one point. And then I decided on the Empress instead. Then I faced Blue Pain in the main event. And that's when Raj showed up.
Blackstone. Well, next week we will find out who Blackstone.
Yeah, LAW champ. Let's see. And then the fight on the 4th came around. So here we go, Navarro.
Hello, LS11 Universe, it's the Doctor and the Quiz Master, and welcome back to. We've seen Connor a few times over in TNA.
Oh yeah, when I announced that Hanzo was gonna be my first tag partner, and people were like, "Oh, can Xander and Hanzo even get along?" Even though it'd been like 2 fucking years since our feud, or it'd been 8 years since our feud at that point.
Adrian Nova makes his.
And so I was like, "Let's fight the Ascension."
Here we go.
And then we did. We took them down.
With Xander now, shoulder
We
block,
proved to
taking him
people
down.
how well we could get along.
Tag team action. We need. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, indeed. There is Team Blackstone, Alexander Blackstone, Blue Pain, and the Maharaja Raj Desi, all with chairs in hand. Back up.
And then Maven joined my
Next
team.
partner, though. He like.
Oh, you want to say something weird?
Beast. Aside.
Oh, I deleted the comment. Never mind.
Owning his call, he's to the top in for the 1 with the.
But there was a guy that one day commented, who was the guy, who was the bigger guy that got squashed by the guy in the tie-dye? Hated seeing that happen. And I said, that's Cole Quinn from My Rise. He then changed the comment like, I can't believe my favorite wrestler in the world, Cole Quinn, got squashed by Dante Leon. Homelander, Eliza, and Severoth Blackstone were great looks for them. Well, more so than Homelander, Eliza. The Homelander, Eliza gear is still some of my favorite. Because, like, canonically, Eliza's favorite DC character is Power Girl. And so, combining the looks of Power Girl and, oh my god, I forgot about this.
Stop talking about being shadow banned. You're just an idiot.
When Von Wagner showed up in LAW, and this happened, and I'm trying to remember who Ryback's original opponent was supposed to be, but I ended up not being able to get them because there was no created wrestlers of them, and no mods of them, I think it was. I cannot remember for the life of me who Ryback's debut opponent was supposed to be, though, and it had to be changed to Von Wagner. Alright, this is Blackstone versus Von. This actually was a really good match, I remember. And then this is where Carnold showed up and joined him.
Weekend. Xander, I hope your fourth member's good.
Little did anyone know. How our first pay-per-view, Staying Alive, when all the LAW shows were being named after popular disco songs.
And the quiz master. And
You got the mission.
courageously and heroic.
Got the network to help your business.
But yeah,
Close lines up.
for a reminder for people,
again.
yeah, this is where Casey Navarro became the LAW champion for a little while.
Navarro
We've got the personalized
with the exterminator into the corner. Oh, the Time Lord. I do too. Navarro
Yeah, this is a cool moment for Casey.
off the top.
One of the only men to have ever beaten Arnold one-on-one.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, we had the NWA title on the line in LAW at one point. Dustin and James Storm had a absolute banger of a match. Ryback and Von Wagner. I'm gonna sneeze.
Making her way to the ring. Caitlyn marching down to the ring.
I forgot Caitlyn was LAW champion.
Are you a caddy?
Oh my god, this ladder match was a mess.
The kendo stick is all legal
This
in
ladder
matchup
match
with that
was a
Singapore
mess.
cane.
Because it was
From
CPU
Middle
versus
East.
CPU until I
Real-
finally gave up and started playing as Grand Middle East.
Pulls him off of it. Dante Leon's going up.
And then Dante Leon won. And he appeared in the
champion,
NXT Gauntlet a couple days later.
Dante Leon.
Heath got squashed by Jack Perry, and then we had the Righteous versus the Ascension versus the Samoan Dynasty. And then, of course, we had the main event, the 4v4 street fight, and, of course, we had this incredible moment.
It is a bit of a dilemma, isn't it? I was supposed to have 4 people in this team. Did you forget? I did forget something. You forgot a 4th partner. No, not that. I just forgot to do something. Forgot to do what? Say his name.
Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry.
My God.
So many people were like, oh, well... so many people, almost, pretty much nobody thought it was going to be Joe Hendry.
Member of Team Xander, Joe Hendry, is here in LAW.
Pretty much no one realized that I was just going to do the say his name gag, but again.
Hendry and
Yeah, we're fine, Brandon. But yeah, like, this 4v4 was a lot of fun. And then it just ending because, oh yeah, we can't forget when Blackstone had,
goes into the sledgehammer. Spine buster.
Yep, we're getting to the birthday bash.
They're trying to.
When the Ascension jumped me and then suddenly,
Wait a minute.
Enter Sandman hits. And the Sandman comes to my rescue.
The Ascension at bay.
Back here in ringside as the Blisters, Nathan Fraser and Axiom are in the ring.
And it was almost enough till Arnold came in and choked me out. Son of a bitch. That son of a bitch. Then we had the Gauntlet. I think the whole episode was almost...
Hello,
I was going to say the whole episode was
it's
the Gauntlet. No, it wasn't.
And the Quiz Master. And welcome
But this is
back
pretty
to
much where it
Los
started to...
Angeles
This
Wrestling
was pretty much where it was just determined that LAW and LSW were going to merge.
We are
Whoops.
fresh off of LAW Staying Alive, and we are here tonight
Poor Connor
for
and
another
Victor.
edition of Los
Yeah, they're not gone forever, trust me. Oh yeah, the debut of the Syndicate, Lars and Paul. This is before Lars got his sick mustache, too.
And back for the one by Laws from Paul. Oh, and
Right.
Laws gets the tag.
Yeah, Lars didn't have his mustache yet. I gave him that myself because I liked how it looked. And the Ascension actually won that one. This is where Ray came to the rescue and confronted Raj.
I've invested 5 years of my life into this brand too.
Yeah, promo out of Ray is tough sometimes. There was Cheyenne's return. Never forget, Jade was the LSWF Intercontinental Champion. And then,
We go.
Yeah.
Davison. Oh, runs in with a massive drop.
They changed
kick.
Jeff Cobb to JC
Running against
Mateo.
Utah to that one. No,
I
this
can't
way
say
here.
I'm shocked.
As Venom and Cheyenne pound.
You can say you're shocked all you want. I'm not. The gauntlet was fun. These gauntlets are always fun to do.
He was.
Well, there's Brandon in there.
Brandon's got a lot.
That was his return to LSWF. We had Heath pop in, Jay Pierce, Blue Payne, Ethan Ace. He was my pick to win it, actually. He was supposed to win it. And I just... Fishbone was in it. Alexander Bishop. Really? I thought I never used him. Whoops. There's Chosen. Oh boy. Ciampa just got knocked over the barricade. Let's get him, Fraxium.
Blake Christian and Shinobi, the Iron Men in this one have almost.
It's not even that, like, guys, going, oh, dear God, why? It's not that bad. It's not a bad name at all. JC Mateo is a fine name. I mean, Jeff Cobb's not a super intimidating name either. It's just what you're used to. The Gauntlet was fun. Alexander Blackstone was in it. Zen number 5, or number 3 randomly appeared in it. I'm not arguing it today. I don't have it in me to argue it. You can call it stupid all you want. WWE likes to own the names. If his name was JC Mateo on the Indies and they brought him in and named him Jeff Cobb, you'd be going, what the fuck kind of name is Jeff Cobb?
Chuck.
Complete control. And then all of a sudden,
I think this was a Hunter Shaw victory, right? Yep, Hunter Shaw won this by beating El Mata, and this was for a shot at Colton, I believe. Yeah. The Cat Adventure came out in that time. But yeah, let's see. After that, we had Enter Sandman.
But this is this man's first ever title match in his career. No, you could not.
Colton and Hunter Shaw had a fun little match. I remember watching this episode. This episode was... There we go. That was when I finally found the look that worked for Eliza. Like, this look for Eliza ended up working out a lot better. I was like, this looks more like what I originally designed her as. I'll see if I can ever find the original concept art of Eliza. In fact, I'll look real quick. Because, like, I've told you guys, Eliza is just pretty much designed based on what my custom characters look like in video games, right? Like, let me see if I can find, like, the original design of Eliza that I made. Like, 7 years ago? I think it was 2018, I want to say. Maybe 2017? It was 2017, because I designed her when Alex and I first started dating. So let's see. Let's see. Is this a good one to show? Because it is interesting to talk about. So, yeah, this is a good one to show. It's not the best art. It's from 2019, so it's not my favorite anymore. 2019 or 2021, one of the two. But back in the 2019, I want to say it was. So I definitely could do this way better nowadays. But I haven't drawn Eliza in a while. Alex's favorite Marvel character is Black Cat. And so I did, like, when Black Cat got her solo series, I redrew the Black Cat comic covers with Alex on them in the place of Felicia Hardy. And so I then decided, because Mary Jane has her own comic series, I was like, well, if Eliza's Black Cat, or if Alex is Black Cat, then Eliza's MJ. It makes sense. So, there you go. I did Eliza on the MJ cover. So that's kind of what the original concept of Eliza looked like anyway. You then go to here, and you can see it's pretty much a one-to-one. Just the tattoos are new.
Look.
I will say, Kelly McKay, this was her first appearance. At one point in time, before Jade got super over, Kelly McKay was going to be the one to end the 800-day reign because of her being Eliza's #1 fan. That was how she was pitched to me. That was how she was pitched to me by the creator, which is the War Machine, which is the same guy who made Hunter Shaw, Joshua Bishop, and Corey Blue. But then Jade got super over.
Something. You'll live Williams soon.
Could have been a magician gimmick. Yeah, maybe. There's Zilla. Annihilating Paragon. Little did we know where Zilla was going to be going from here. Zilla and DJ got face to face. Look at me with the hair down for the first
I don't
time.
want to seem like I'm being...
It's crazy to think.
Being like...
this was July 20... Let me explain this. July 19th, 24. I was still at my old job that made me hate being alive when this came out.
I think if we could get him here, it would mean a lot to the fans. Obviously, it'd mean a lot to me because, you know, we've been friends for a while. But yeah. Wait.
Joshua Bishop. Oh, right. Joshua Bishop pinned Carnold. I forgot about this.
Yo. I'm going to grab Carnold's like, oh my god.
Because of Matt Cardona, Joshua Bishop has a win over Carnold.
Lex Luthor.
I forgot about that.
Josh, good to see you. Boy, to having to look at you.
Carnold and Cardona had a hell of a feud in the past. It was the NRW reunion tease, and then like the Wrecking Crew tag team. I did too. The no holds barred match between Blackstone and Sandman was a lot of fun
The
as well.
flames arise here in LSW. And had a hell of a showing a little bit. Big victory there for Blackstone. That's going to do it tonight. We'll see you next week for the Xander.
And the next episode was the Xander Birthday Bash. So we're almost past the days of LAW being on
Hello, LSW.
this channel.
It's the Doctor.
Also, I am
And
enjoying the
the
Praxium
Queen's
DIY
Master.
matches. I haven't had
And
much to
welcome
say.
back
I am
to
watching.
another edition of Los Angeles
I
Wrestling.
remember JT was upset because that he wasn't the host of the ZRC Birthday Bash. It was more of my favorite feud. I mean, honestly, I really liked my feud with Jericho. I think that was probably my favorite. But I also liked the Jade and Eliza feud a lot. I remember JT being like, what the fuck? Why is Joe Hendry the host? Not me.
The mind behind the LS11 first ever edition, the ZRC birthday edition.
The
of
ZRC
the
Birthday
Xander
Bash.
United States
I probably won't be live on my
Championship
birthday this year.
Open Challenge
It's a Friday.
starts
And Fantastic Four First Steps is
now.
coming out. So I'm probably going to take the day
want
off.
some? Come get some.
And then Ray came to my aid. Gorgeous Gloria made a return. Carl and Cardona came face to face. Dante Leon Grand Metalik had a match. Yeah, people really like Jade. I'm happy because she's one of my favorite characters I've ever created. And I will never forget people getting freaked out by this.
Ray and Xander, of course, team up.
Say his name and he appears.
Why is
I
he here? Nobody
believe in
says
Joe
his name.
Hendry. I believe in Joe Hendry.
Ain't mad about
The AI overlay. Or the Carl feud and Carl JT and me and Raj rank. Me and Raj is at the bottom. It wasn't really much of a feud. And then I'd say I liked JT and Carnold more than Carnold and Cardona. It was freaky. Fair. And we kicked the ass of Blackstone Empire.
He said he was going to come ruin the ZLC birthday bash.
And then Raj was like, I'm
Wait,
gonna ruin your
it's Xander's
birthday. And I was
ready
like,
for
get fucked.
And for once, Xander has got his lounge.
is not doing any kind of watch along tonight. Until next week at The Last Dance next Saturday, I've been Zend. And then we have The Last Dance.
Hello, LS11
This was
Universe.
the Last Dance on the channels,
and
essentially.
the
It's called
Quiz Master.
And it was a fun show. Ray won the grand title on it. Cardona won back the internet title on it. This is where Homelander Eliza came to be. And it's canonical that she was on like special effect wires for how she did this entrance.
The LS, what the hell?
Like, this was just
Well, I guess
visual
we've got a
effects.
wiring rig
Like,
set up
practical
around
effects and
the
wires
ceiling or
lowering her down.
something. Oh my god, it's just processed what she's wearing.
That is probably one of my favorite looks on her. Ultimately, I really ended up liking the orange and black cowgirl aesthetic I went with her, like the dark cowgirl. And Fraxian with the dub. And DIY jumped them. Like, a lot of people expected her to lose for some reason. And then she got rid of
Rainbow to celebrate. Oh, and she just disrespects the LAW.
held up her title. And this is why her reign is recognized at over 800 days, because just the lineages merged, because we weren't going to reset her reign. Zilla and Lance annihilated DJ and Josiah. This is the last time Josiah was ever seen as well, so canonically he's dead.
Standing side by side with the Empress, the LAW Women's Champion.
Sephiroth Alexander
No,
Blackstone.
God.
It was a neat look.
They're really trying to get in his head tonight.
Funny
aren't
enough,
they?
on 2K24, you can
So it
see
would
sometimes
seem
the
the
white never
Blackstone
fully got taken out of
Empire.
his hair. You'll see it on his roots sometimes. And then this was where the Arnold feud really started, because he helped Blackstone win. Ryback won the merged titles. And then the main event was pretty short and sweet, but Colton unified the world titles.
The gold home. He has done so, Colton. The unified LAW and LSW.
There you go. And then, like, you go back to our channel and
But the fire inside me is forming deeper than ever. I am ready for the next
let's see. Bow to the Empress. Oh boy.
So, what the hell is LA like? Triple threat qualified match coming up. A week ago, Nia Jax won another.
I like that gear for Nia. There's Naomi lurking in the background, so she's probably going to get involved in the match and make it a DQ. Or something. Let's see. Okay, so it was... Here we go. Return of the Indies. Hi, Tatum. We're just talking about LAW.
Hello, LS11 Universe. And welcome back to Los Angeles Wrestling. That is right.
All right, the debut of JT Jason. I never forget Carnold's heel turn here. Like the official heel turn. So many people were pissed at the change of his theme from Hero to this. But it was like, that was the point. Because you're not supposed to be able to sing along anymore. And you're supposed to think he's a bad guy. And this is like a final boss level theme. Oh no. Oh no. Indeed. So the theme was, it was a mashup theme of the symbiote theme from Spider-Man 3.
Oh,
The do-do-do-do-do into the Imperial mode. Shut up, JT. And yep, here there's you in the premiere chat. But yeah, JT got a proper thrashing on this one, didn't he? He just got annihilated.
and he's put JT.
And then I think I came out for the save, right? No, no one came out for the save. JT got bludgeoned.
You dumb son of a bitch.
What a great little vacation. But you know what?
Oh yeah. Never forget, Jessica Enigma's first appearance in LAW?
LS. The back because keys. But please, this gold.
Was unmasked. She wasn't wearing the mask. Oh yeah, I think he was going to at one point. I just decided not to. But yeah, that's Jessica Enigma without her mask on.
Stop. This is simply safe.
Whoa. It seems there's no set point simply save.
We've got some tag team action.
Again, Syndicate pre-mustache. Man, Midnight Heat, I am so sad that...
Yes, we're really doing this.
I am so sad there have been no created wrestlers for Midnight Heat on 2K25 on PC. I want to use these guys again. I want to use Midnight Heat again. They were supposed to do so much more. Oh, this was a great gag. I had this cleared with Hanzo and Shinobi first.
Shinobi and RW back together for good. And people want to know, they've always wanted to know, what does NRW stand for, or what NRW stands for is, and listen closely because we're only going to say it once. And that's what NRW stands for. So,
It's just
every
such
other
a dumb
tag
gag, but I love it.
highly important, is big.
This is where I wasn't originally supposed to win the title back here, but ultimately I kind of decided on the fly to do so. Like when Eliza slid the chair into the ring.
Wait a minute, Eliza. Oh, but wait a minute, Santa.
It just worked out so perfectly that I pedigreed him on the chair. And I was like, oh, well, I'm going to have that be the finish. I was like, I'll take the belt back. And this was where Colton got dropped by Triton. Braxium versus Street Profits next week. On the SmackDown I won't be doing reactions to because I'll be in North Carolina. Dressed like Waluigi from Mario Golf Super Rush. Got the hat for it now and everything. I've got a purple fedora now. Alright, let's see. So, returned to the Indies, and then we took like a month off again, and Radio Silence was the next episode. What happened on Radio Silence?
LS11 Universe, it's the Doctor and the Quiz Master.
Fanboy Waluigi. My female Waluigi cosplay is coming with me to the con.
Stone, Connor, and Victor in
Oh God, this is where this happened. In LS11 universe. So at this point, I know good and well that there are no more surprises. Nobody else can show up here that will mess with me. Allow me to beg your indulgence. Fuck! That's the best gag in LAW history. Hold on, I'm gonna watch this truth segment, then we'll get back to this.
You didn't know when it was gonna come. You didn't think it was gonna happen. John said, your time is now. Hustle, loyalty, respect. Those are not just words, Wade. It's a beacon of light. John Cena did it. So can you.
Truth. Listen to yourself. This sounds crazy. You won John Cena the match at Backlash. You prevented John Cena from being punted. And look how he repaid. And you want to sing that guy's praises?
Wade, John Cena won that match on his own. You don't know John Cena like I know John Cena. That man at the press conference was not John Cena. The John that I know, he wouldn't turn his back on the people that support and love him. The John that I know, he wouldn't be talking about ruining wrestling. Put his friend, his brother, through a table. I don't want to fight John. But if I have to beat him back to his senses, then I will do it. I'm going to do it. I already talked to Big Otis. It's set. Saturday night main event. Wade John is the greatest of all time. I remember what my hero told me. Face man posture. Never give up. And regardless of what I walk out my head.
Truth and Cena Saturday's main event. Again, I won't be here.
Well, Truth, this has been enlightening. A best of luck against John Cena at Saturday night's main event.
Good for our Truth.
Great job, Wade, and look what's coming our way now. Next week, Saturday night's main event in Tampa, live nationwide on NBC. Our Truth against the.
That being said, can we please have, if we've only got Cena for like 25 more dates, can we please get some matches against people he's not wrestled before? All right. Favorite milkshake? I like just a plain old chocolate milkshake, personally. This is where the Aaron Stevens stuff started. I beat DJ in the Open Challenge. And this is where Cornell and Raj laid me out. The debut of Jessica Enigma, finally, as well. And the return of Cammy, as well. What in the world? And she came out to a cover. She came out to a different version of Hero. And as in part as a way to shut up people who were like, oh, we missed that theme for Carnal.
She's back.
Oh yeah, we had the first round of the trios tournament on LAW.
Kana throws him. Blackstone pops him up. Here we go. Connects to his feet and goes for double axe handle. Vic taken down by Zach Rascals. 2, 3.
The Rascals showed up on the Indies to beat the Blackstone Empire.
Pick up the victory tonight. We still have a little bit.
NRW fought Midnight Heat. And then Matt Cardona defended the NXT North American title on the Indies. It's a wild thing to think about.
Matt Cardona with.
All right, Black and Mellow Part 2. God, the In All We Trust video, I remember that for the wrong reasons. I want to explain this to you. I want to give you guys some kind of hindsight on what was going on the day this episode of Maple Leaf Pro premiered, okay? I had to go to work that morning at a school I'd never been to before when I was still a substitute teacher. On my way to work, I kept seeing like this flash of red out of the corner of my eye every like 5 or 6 seconds. And I finally caught it, and it was the battery light on my car just flicking on for a second, turning off. Flick on for a second, turn off. Until finally it came on and stayed on. And I was like, oh god, no. Got to work, had to just leave it be. Went to an AutoZone after work. They checked my battery, and my alternator had gone out. That's an expensive car part for those that don't know. And I didn't have the money to have that fixed. So AutoZone, fortunately, will charge your battery for free. I was like, hey, I'm going here. I worked 45 minutes away from home at that point. And he was like, you're not going to make it home with your battery on this. You're going to die. Your car is going to die in about 10 miles. And you've got to go 25. So I had to sit at AutoZone for nearly 2.5 hours while they charged my battery, while this episode of Maple Leaf Pro was premiering. And I was having to just be in chat and be happy and everything without anyone knowing what the hell was going on. Got home as my battery died. Next morning, couldn't start my car. Alex had to jump it. It's a mile to the nearest AutoZone. It's literally just a left turn out of my driveway and up the road. My car died as soon as it got out of the driveway. Had to wheel it into a fire station, get it re-jumped off, get to the AutoZone, buy a new battery, buy an alternator from AutoZone, drive it to the nearest mechanic. They charged me $700 to fix it. A week later, turns out that alternator was faulty. Had to take it to to the actual Hyundai dealership because I have a Hyundai. And it cost another $1,500 to fix it. So that's what that episode makes me think of. And then ended up being the only other Maple Leaf Pro episode as well. So, The Devil Within. Let's take a look at this. This video and every other video I make across my 3 channels is brought to you by Patreon. Check the link in the description to see what kind of rewards you can get. Oh my god, Orange Sharkhausen was here.
Now, because of this match with Gallows Carl around
there was another round of the Trios tournament on LAW?
In a way, at least.
I don't remember this.
Make their way to the ring.
I didn't realize LAW had 25%.
It's a very expansive group in the LS11 universe.
Was it 25%?
Numbers have dwindled.
Yeah.
In the last
25% of the first round of the Trios tournament was on 2K, was on LAW. Because there were 16 Trios in the tournament, right? No, it was...
But David Finley
and
the mighty TM...
No, there were 8 Trios in the tournament.
DK, the mighty
so it was a 3-round tournament. So yeah, a quarter of the first round took place on LAW.
As you were saying, Time Lord...
Or no, half the first round took place on LAW, right? Would that be it? I guess the best way they're going to be is just to look here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, yeah, it was 16 teams. So yeah. 25% of the first round of the tournament took place on LAW. That's so funny. Because this match was on SmackDown, this match was on SmackDown. This match was on Maple Leaf, I believe. Or no, this match was on Lone Star. Because this was where Lucha House Party had to sub out for Shane Taylor Promotions because I couldn't get a Sheldon Jean. This matchup happened on Dynamite, I believe. Yes, this match happened on Dynamite. This happened on Raw. This happened on LAW, I believe. Or no, this happened on Maple Leaf or Lone Star, one of the two. This happened on LAW, this happened on Raw, and then OC versus Rascals happened on NXT. Orange Sharkhausen versus Bullet Club happened on this episode of LAW. Next Wave versus Imperium happened on SmackDown. And then BCC versus Nexus happened on a Raw episode on Skeleton Crew Raw. BCC versus Imperium happened on a SmackDown. And then Orange Sharkhausen versus the OC happened on an episode of Raw. Weird that I remember all of that, but
Like this.
oh my god.
What is happening to Bullet Club? Orange Sharkhausen.
Brilliant. Cole Quinn and Paragon Pierce accepted the open challenge. Carnold and I came face to face.
That's the biggest mistake in your life. Because now, this beef, it will never end. Okay, it's not over till I win. We're in the playoffs now, big dog. That's
The big trucks battle royal that went down.
I'm the 10th wonder of the world. I am him. Who's him? I am.
And then Triton faced the like weird
3.
Triton variant, as we joked Zeko was. What else did we have? Saturday Night Fever.
This video and every other video I make across my 3 channels is brought to you by Patreon.
Orange Sharkhausen is what we need. Maybe I'll bring it back. We'll see. Oh my god, this is where Ray annihilated Chuck Taylor. I forgot about this.
He came out of retirement for this matchup to try and defend himself after Ray has done nothing but attack him
Also,
verbally.
things like this, I just want to point this out real quick.
Now, for years even.
Things like this, where someone came into LAW and said, "Where's SmackDown?"
Over LS11 Dynamite.
That's why I get so
WWE.
defensive about where Ray's
What was
videos
the
are,
first
because
thing
I
that
don't
happened
know.
to him, Lord? Well, Chuck Taylor pretty much
So it
stopped
pisses
the
me off when
catering
people
and,
ask me about it. Like I have any control over it. This is Chris Danger's LAW debut. This is where NRW won the tag titles that they held until Xander Mania. Colton and Triton was a hell of a match. Like this was a hell of a match, and I remember Triton's reaction in the Discord was he posted a gif of Vegeta laying in a crater, pulling out his phone and just tweeting, "They jumped my ass." Such a funny moment in the Discord. Arguably, Joshua Bishop probably should have won the television title here. And there were points where I was considering having him do it.
He's found another.
This was the debut of Casey Styles, who adopted the Homelander gear from Eliza over time. The gauntlet that had JJ Gyllenhaal in it. This gauntlet was also won by Hunter Shaw, wasn't it? Yes, it was.
The War Machine with the victory. Hunter Shaw.
And then the main event where Carnold choked me out. Oh my god, I forgot about this.
Choke and call it. Master.
God, the ending here.
What went Cammy getting in the face of Carnold? What on earth is she doing? And Xander staggering back to his feet. Move or you're next. You think this is something you want to do? You think you want to get in your old man's face, right? You think you want to pick this fight? No one is standing in my way anymore. Alright, I've seen enough. What the hell are you doing? Arnold! Step away. You! You're going to stand up to me. The fucking commentator that retired because he got his ass kicked.
I will say, Quizmaster being in this angle has so much deeper lore to it than anyone knows, and I can't talk about it yet, because Carnold and Quizmaster have a deeper connection to one another than you realize, and it will eventually be explored when Carnold gets his series that I'm working on, the Carnold prequel series. It's why I have, like, the young Carnold figure I made. Like, it's why I've got figures of both Carnold and Quizmaster. They've got more to them than meets the eye. That was also when no one knew Carnold was being controlled just yet. And then there was like a couple week gap, right? Yeah.
They weren't planning on having to replace the
There was a 1, 2, 3 week gap because I got a little busy.
no headaches.
Because this was like right when things were really going wrong for me in my life. And we were also like having to build the SummerSlam and stuff. But then Bow to the
This
Empress.
video and every other
I think this is
video
where
across my
the
three
Dark
channels
Cowgirl
is
gear
brought to you
debuted for Eliza as well. Because she
Check the
didn't.
description to see
I
what
don't think
kind
she
of
had it
rewards
yet
you
in the
can get
previous
for
things.
support. Hello, LS11 Universe. It's the Doctor and the Quiz Master.
Yeah, when Aaron trademarked the name Cornald Zanzenegger. Because Cornald comes from the future. Quizmaster was about to reveal and got jumped by the Ascension. I remember that. That wrote him out for a while. That was Kevin's debut as well. El Himalaya's debut as well. Yeah, this is the debut of this new gear for her. And the debut of her,
Clearly on cloud 9 right now. Well,
the debut of her Blackstone theme.
That new woman showed up. So,
No truckloads of buzz because it's all you can eat, and I don't have to stop.
Let's see. Hunter Shaw got his shot at Ryback again. Debated Ryback losing it there. Who did Colton walk past? Oh, he walked past Bishop Khan. This premiered during Thanksgiving week. Yes, it did. Because I remember this premiering while I was at my in-laws' house. I was watching this in their living room while it premiered on my laptop.
Having fun with it each and every year, even despite bad games like 2K20, 2K15.
And Yamashita lost to Colton. This is where Chris Danger laid him out and held up the title.
The damn thing. Is this the future?
Yeah, I really liked the Dark Cowgirl gear for her. She still has it. Like, I recreated it on 2K25. We just haven't seen her yet. And I'm really interested in how she's going to react to what the fuck happened on the final LAW. Let's see. Okay, so actually Championship Trouble was the last Maple Leaf Pro. And then the morning of SummerSlam, we had a Grand Championship match where I asked Ray who he wanted to defend the title against, and he said, give me Maven.
What kind of rewards you can get for supporting.
Yeah, it has been a while since we've seen Gates of Agony. Because there aren't any of them on 2K25 yet. If someone wants to donate the $10 it would take me to pledge to the Patreon that has mods of them, I'll download them and have them on the next episode. I'll bring them back soon. That's mainly a joke, by the way. Ethan and DJ wrestled for like the second time ever in El Himalaya costume. This is the story I'm really looking forward to what happened. Chris Danger later. Oh, there's Orion. The Archangels, they were literally a last-second addition to this tournament. They were just grabbed off Community Creations, so don't really ever expect to see them again. Did Eris also come out to Circus? I can't remember.
Xander's that has offspring in the future. Because, folks, this is the queen of the 2059 Circus.
I can't tell. I think she did, though. I feel like I remember Eris coming out to Circus by Britney. But yeah, friends generally don't just kiss like that. Corey Blue and Kelly McKay's first team up. I don't think they won either. No, they won. They did win. And then Maven and Ray main evented, and Ray picked up the win before this happened. This was a canon event, wasn't
Number
it?
3. Someone's just... No fucking way.
This was Aaron Stevens' little
Oh
dose
my
of
God.
poison for LAW.
You can't be serious right now. Aaron Stevens talked about sending poison.
And then it was Jericho. Of all people, it was Jericho. As was Jericho's first match on the channel in a year almost.
This video and every other video I make across my 3 channels is brought to you by Patreon. Check the link in the description to see what kind of rewards you can get for supporting.
Simply no give by either of these two superstars.
Yeah, it's bound to happen eventually. Yeah. This was the number 1 contenders match that Brandon won because the Syndicate aligned with him. Those were Lars' mustache debuted. Oh yeah, never forget Samantha Shade, by the way. Jade does have a tag partner. We just haven't seen her in a while.
The Quizmaster
And Jericho Roman Edge killed him. Yup.
Indeed, last week we saw
Also,
those
Black
two
and Mello
teams
are
move
killing
on
it right
in the
now. I just don't
tournament.
really have much to say once
We saw
again.
Generation 2059 move on in the tournament. We've also seen in the tournament so far.
Precision right there. And Mello has no idea.
There is a tag partner for Jade. NRW against Gates of Danger. That was a fun match. I remember that one. And who was it that ambushed the NRW and cost them the match again?
Getting out of there.
Ethan Ace, right.
Oh, wait a minute. Chris Danger in the ring illegal.
Ethan Ace got involved. That's what happened.
That will be topped by the WWE Women's Championship.
And then the Jericho and Doctor match happened.
You can leave now. It's not over, Aaron.
And that was where we found out that Aaron has something over Carnold. I am the danger.
This video and every other video
We're just kind of going back through the hits of LAW and kind of remembering stuff.
Check
And
the
I'm
link
kind
in
of
the description.
anytime I think of stories to tell from these episodes, I tell them. This is where Carnold. I think this is where the plot twist happened.
What would you do
That Aaron owned Carnold.
Can't run the show if you're in a hospital bed.
Speaks volumes to the durability of the Muay Thai expert.
They are a great team aesthetically. I do need to. I would love to bring Samantha Shade back if, you know, if I can find her. Like if someone's made her on 2K25 on PC. But the issue is, I think her creator is on PS5. If not, Isla Dawn maybe.
Devastating right, a left to the body, a kick down low.
This is where Corey Blue got injured as well. Let's see. I got anything to say here? Rookie Killer DJ was supposed to have more to it. He was supposed to win that ladder match at Xandermania. He was supposed to win the ladder match at Xandermania for the internet title. But then, and Miz with the ambush causes a DQ. Lovely.
So, DJ Danger wins, folks.
He was going to win the internet title and then feud with JT, who was supposed to win the Bow Memorial, but didn't work out that way. Let's see, and Winter Wonder Slam was next. There was a little bit of a gap because I had other stuff to do, but Winter Wonder Slam, I remember this one.
This video and every other video I
Oh,
make
very
across my
well,
three
because I was in the
channels
middle
is
of
brought to you
delivery
by
driving while
Patreon.
this one was premiering.
Check the link in the description to see what kind of rewards you can get.
And
for supporting.
Aleister Black got laid out. Wow.
Hello, LS11.
Oh, she's been made on PC, but Isla... Oh, she's in the game. She's on 2K25. Isla's in 2K25. And this is where I kind of threw Brandon the bone. Because Brandon was always just talking about how he never had a title. I was like, alright, I'll throw you a bone, give you a couple months with the internet title. Or television title. That was kind of the idea of this. Was just like, you know...
Los Angeles Wrestling.
He'd been on since
Television
2K22.
Champion.
Like, I'll throw him a bone.
I
I'll give him
think
the
he
television
can
title
hardly
for a few
believe it.
weeks. And this is where Eliza pulled double duty and it didn't go well. Didn't go too well. This ladder match was batshit insane.
Chopping Paul Wagner into that ladder.
NRW winning
Lars
it.
Snyder. Oh!
Wasn't really much to add there. Ray and Jericho was a lot of fun. It was exactly what I wanted it to be as well.
Because he's got our belt.
Oh, more Charlotte and Blitz stuff.
Yeah, friends. We weren't even that close. No, but when I first came to NXT, no one would give me the time of day, and you took me under a wing, and you were a decent human being for some reason, and I never found out. Yeah, I don't remember that.
Oh, hello, Julia.
Alexa, Charlotte, be the newest member of the SmackDown.
Julia's on SmackDown. Hell yeah.
Let's you and I talk about money.
If you want a help lesson, stay out of my room. Because I will need you.
All right, Julia's part of SmackDown now. Sweet.
Was Charlotte dynamic with Julia now on SmackDown? This guy.
There we had a gauntlet match here. This was the last time Jade was pinned. Actually, was in this
Enters the
gauntlet.
mix as Jade taking down Amanda into a showing starting at number 1 for Jade Davidson. But her own hubris got the better of her, and Lisa Primetime reversed the pressure. Steal the cover, steal the glory.
These gauntlets were fun. I did a lot of them, but they were fun.
Samantha Shade kicks out. Of course they do. Everyone sets their overalls and their kickouts at the highest amount.
Oh yeah, I just want people to remember when this
Lisa
happened.
Primetime taking down
Gabriella
Gloria.
Bennett's like finest moment, I
No
would say,
rips,
came
Suda.
about here.
It's Kai. Also a grand chance. As
It wasn't Gorgeous Glory. It was whoever came out
Bennett
next.
leads
I believe.
two taken down. Number 19 is Beck taken down.
No, it was a
Gabriella
little
Bennett.
earlier than this. Never mind.
That's what everyone's got. Though.
Let's see.
A lot of these new signings, right? You got Smokey. Ring. Liam.
We all know what I'm talking
Lisa
about. I just gotta remember who it was or what number she came out.
Oh, Lisa. Hey, number 1 for the pressure. David. As here comes.
There we go. Yeah, it was Kelly Chapman.
Chapman to the ring.
Right? Yeah.
Member of the roster here is Lisa Primetime.
Like, she was someone I grabbed that someone
Kaiba
uploaded on the
going at it.
LS11 tag. I was like, I'm probably never going to use you. I believe I was playing as Bennett. No, I was playing as her because the game made me her. And then BAM!
Oh my god! Sure you can!
What was the episode where the doctor went crazy for
And
someone?
that
I
was
don't remember,
Chapman.
man.
Good. That one. The further
We're probably getting to it, though. I think he went
Suda.
crazy for... I don't
Out of
know
the
crazy
ring.
for
She's a
someone,
new
though. I know
signing
what you're
here.
talking about.
Steal the cover. No! And Gorgeous.
This was like the
Cole's
kind
got the
of
upper
breakout
hand.
moment for Gorgeous or
Colt.
for Smokey Colt. This was a fun match. The stuff that happened with Eliza right after was a lot of fun as well. I really liked that.
We would have a new champ brewing.
Where Eliza
Smokey
just immediately went,
of
and
the
you're getting your
title
gauntlet title
night.
match right now. You're not getting it next week. You're getting it now.
Any
And then
other
almost
night,
got
Smokey
humbled
Colt would
immediately.
be the LAW Women's
And then
Champion
I
right
returned
now.
here, right?
Get only member.
Yeah, this is where I returned. It was a Christmas miracle. I was alive.
Up into the looking on and shots. For this, I will. What would chaos be? As Arnold is just empty.
And then me and Cornell just beat up Raj Desi for a few minutes. And I said, play the right music when he wins, and that was the return of Hero.
Our final matchup of Winter Wonders.
And that's where Chris Danger won the title.
Ethan with the spear. Ethan Nation 1. Danger with the chip.
Wait, he stole it off Ethan, didn't he? I forgot about
Nation
this.
kick. Danger with the chair. Cover on Colton. 1, 2. Chris Danger.
That's where Chris Danger became LAW champion. Alright, let's see. Return of the King. We're getting close now. Because Xandermania After Party was the last episode.
This video and every other video I make across my 3 channels is brought to you by Patreon. Check the link. Los Angeles Wrestling. Wow, hold on a minute. as well.
Let's see. This was Zach
It's on the
Parker's
apron.
return.
Decides to get
Or
down low.
not
Zach
return,
Parker
but
coming
a
in,
big match
clothesline,
for
knocks
him.
down Triton. I'll do better with that one, bud. Sorry.
This is where I revealed that I had agreed to give Chaos title matches in exchange for them helping us.
It is.
Despite what Zach said in chat, it was not an R-Truth moment. I was like, oh, sorry, Carnal, I didn't tell you about that one. My bad, bud. Yeah, this is where Chris squared happened, as Pierre put it.
It's she will take over.
Let's see. Is there anything else interesting on this episode?
JC
Kevin.
of Chaos.
There was the return of Tanvir Badal.
Let's go to sleep.
TJ laid out Zeko. And then this is where Chris squared happened, and I lost.
Arnold and Xander couldn't get
I got pinned by Jericho. It was the beginning of the end there. That was where the feud really started. World Cup Finals went down, and then LIW took like another couple weeks. In fact, that was it before the Rumble. Scorched Earth was a lot of
video
fun.
and every other video I make
Scorched
across
Earth
my
Rumble
three
was a
channels is
lot
brought
of
to you
fun.
by Patreon. Check the link in the description to see what kind of rewards you can get for supporting. Hello, LS11 Universe.
Smokey Colt and Eliza Blackstone's match at the Rumble is
And that is
an
ladies and
absolute
gentlemen,
banger of
Hasbro
a
the
match as
Archangel
well.
And Silence.
Like, they
The
just
reverse
absolutely
Dragon
kill it.
Sleeper is locked and deep. Knee strike again for the dropping attack. Back on the Smokey. The ropes here. Kick. Almost in. Now, I don't know. She rolls her over now in a lot.
This is where Eliza really started using that STF as well. I really like her STF, by the way. I think it's such a cool version of it. Take notes, Cena.
The Poison Princess picks up the win.
Chaos got their shot at the tag titles and lost. We had the Women's Rumble. This is where Jade Iron Woman'd it.
Nearly got eliminated there.
The funny thing is, with these Rumbles every year, or at least with the Women's Rumble, it wasn't actually planned who was going to win it. I was kind of just deciding as people came out, and then I just had Jade on a roll, and I was like, well, I think Jade's just going to win it. Carnal dropped the U.S. title thanks to JT. Blackstone Empire won the women's titles, the tag titles, I mean, and then we had the Rumble, which ultimately I eliminated Jericho, and then we had the amazing ending with Ethan and Carnold. There's Drew. Alright, the Blackstone Queen.
This video and every other video
We're
I
having all
make
the
is brought to you by
Blackstone Queen.
Patreon. Check the link in the description to see what kind.
Ethan Ace and Chris Danger came face to face. This is where the Wrecking Crew became a thing. Brandon defending against JC and cheated to retain. DJ and Fishbone had a match. Aaron called in Ryback for helping War Games. Then was main evented by Eliza versus Cammy.
Davidson breathing down the neck on the road to Zendomania now. Your winner and still LAW Women's Champion, Eliza Blackstone. That is going to do it tonight, folks.
Oh
Thank you
yeah,
for
this
watching.
premiered while I was doing the 24-hour stream, didn't it? Yeah, this was during the 24-hour stream this episode came out. And I was like director's commentarying it. That's weird to think about. Right, fill the chambers. Like, Zach mentioning the doctor going crazy. He went crazy for Ricky at one point. I remember him going crazy for Ricky at one point. That might be what you're thinking.
This video and every other
For
video
Ricky,
I make is
Ricky
brought to you
Gibbs
by
of
Patreon.
Midnight Heat.
Check the link in the description to see what kind of exclusive content you can get. Hello!
Fill the chambers. That's where just every chamber spot got filled at once. Okay, this might be what Zach was thinking of. Because the doctor was hardcore simping over Brittany Bombshell. Eliza Blackstone before. 4 women who have tried in the past. We just saw Becca Grant make her way to the ring. This is one of the newest arrivals to the roster, Brittany Bombshell. Making her way down to the ring. We saw her debut in the LAW Scorched Earth Rumble not long ago. And my God, careful, old man. What have you missed? An hour and a half of the show. Out next, I'll tell you, Bliss qualified for Money in the Bank, but that's about all I got for you. And Truth's gonna face Cena at Saturday Night's Main Event. Third woman in this matchup. That's about all you missed. Yeah, Doctor was down bad for Brittany Bombshell. I don't know if that's what Zach was thinking of, though, because it was only that one little comment there. Let's see. We had the Battle Royal. Kevin Brooks and Alexander Blackstone had a match. This was the Battle Royal for a shot at the Chamber.
How much violence we've inflicted upon each other. But you're stuck in the Drew McIntyre vortex, is that what you said?
And this is where Raj laid me out again. Truth Cena main event. Saturday Night's Main Event, yeah.
And the only reason anyone gives a damn about you.
Alright, so that was the episode. Fill the Chambers. And then, Ready to Rumble. That was the next episode. This video and every other video I make is brought to you by Patreon. I couldn't do this without your support. Check out what kind of...
It's getting to the point I was genuinely concerned you want to wear my skin to your birthday party.
We had Wrecking Crew, Ascension, and The Rise to determine who would challenge for the tag titles. Oh my God, this is that episode. Right? Hold on. Who all's on each side of the matchup here? Back now and yes, this is that match. Oh my God. Gabriella Bennett. Now Bennett.
Sure you can.
I forgot all about this. This was the funniest thing to me. Now Bennett.
Sure you can.
Just the intrusive thoughts one with that one. That wicked uppercut connects for the 1, 2, 3.
This has to end. I'll see you inside that cage next Saturday.
Alright, Drew and Priest in a cage next Saturday to end it all, finally.
Drew McIntyre makes a guarantee.
Yep, the sonic rings popping out of Eliza was... Oh, God.
He's from the future and does not even really exist yet, so he's talking about a girl that isn't even born yet. And that's fact. That is a fact, okay? And you saw what I had to do. You saw it in the first match, bloody pole. A fucking problem with me. Take it up with me. Let's fucking go. You got anything you want to say to me? Now, is that number 3?
Lately, and Henry's got a lot of new members to anyone's, well, never like matches, see some new names up, but I've never spoken his word in I don't know how long, and so I'm a little fucking pissed off about it. It's fine. When it came down to that JT was trying to get me fired, I asked him to talk to me. He refused. I asked for mediation. It was denied. I offered him money to stop talking about my daughter. He said it was not enough. He went ahead. He tried to go and run his mouth again. It's his fucking funeral. I don't care. I don't care. He comes in here and he talks about another man's wife and daughter. That tells you all you need to know about what kind of character that is. Cornel, you know, we've always been pretty good to one another. Thank you. I appreciate that, number 3. And I'm sorry if I'm a little fucking snippy. That's fine. That's fine. Look. It is. Oh, yeah. Everyone was like, yeah. As here he is making his number 3 is always confused, in all fairness. But yeah, everyone was like, yeah, Carnold and JT, it's getting to be like CM Punk and the Elite. This is going to lead to a gripe bomb, isn't it? And David Arquette showed up. Of course he did. And I was like, I don't think that's going to happen. And then finally I was just like, fuck it, let's do it. Termination Chamber. We're in the kind of final stretch here of LAW now. This video I make is brought to you by Patreon.
I couldn't do this without your support. Check out what kind of incentives you can get.
Oh, another Drew and Solo face-off.
LS11 Universe, it's the Doctor.
More
and
importantly,
the
Drew and
Quiz
Jacob.
Master. And welcome back.
The opening chamber was a lot of fun, where Danger got the win. I really liked this show. This was a lot of fun for me.
And Diamond Cutter from Casey Styles into the cover.
Stone Empire, well, gorgeous Gloria. She's a former Rumble winner for a reason.
But
oh yeah, Xander with her is the ref for this match. I remember this.
kick out. Doll is slammed. Hang on a
It's
minute.
such
Well,
a random
now
thing
Cheyenne
as well.
out of here. 1, 2.
And like Tanvir Badal
No.
more than won this
It would have
match.
seemed like it was. Wait a minute now. Oh, wait a minute.
Xander 3 is always confused. Like I said, you guys haven't known him in a long time. I've known the guy for 11 years.
Oh, and Xander accidentally.
He's always confused.
Number 3 accidentally hitting Tanvir.
Old Len Hunter Drew. I'd be down for it. I'd be down if they brought that back. And this is the infamous Waffle House Showdown. The curtain.
Oh, and Connell. Oh. Connell and JT.
Well, they ended up out in the back alley.
He's got a hold of JT. Road closed. Like, I'm not 100 trying it around ringside. Well, they're going inside.
They then went into the LS11 food and stuff.
That's LS11 food and stuff. The supermarket.
They have food and they have stuff. It is in the name. They threw down inside the food and stuff. We even got a price check on Jackass from Carnold.
Grabs a hold
This
of
is the
JT,
funniest
throws
match
it to
I could have
LS11
ever
food and
done.
stuff. Is that?
They then leave the food and stuff and go to the Waffle House across the street. That just happens to have a wrestling ring in it.
Wrestling ring in a Waffle House. Why wouldn't there be? Going caution to the. Whoa! Here we go.
And Carnold offered to buy JT Waffle House as a peace offering.
That being said, folks, up next it is the.
And the women's chamber was a lot of fun.
Out of from behind, gets caught though. Does Alice Livia thrown over the top rope? Miss Queen goes for a right hook, gets caught. Jessica Enigma now drop kicks her.
Yeah, the Waffle House Showdown.
Stone.
Came down to Quiz Queen and Eliza Blackstone. Wouldn't have had it any other way.
Beauty of the
What's funny is at one point Triton on the creative team was pushing for Quiz Queen to be the one to beat Eliza Blackstone. Yeah. Just, you gotta love, like, let's see how well I can do the Quizmaster and Doctor's voice here. Why is there a wrestling ring at a Waffle House? Why wouldn't there be? I can't do their voices that well, because, you know, I'm not them, but, like, why wouldn't there be? It's just the most Doctor response ever. And then the War Games went down, and I remember Ray making the joke, because Ray wins it by choking out Ryback.
Zana now. Ray's choking out Ryback. AA through the table.
My favorite thing is, because Ray wins it right there by choking out Ryback, Ray put in the Discord, like, the fans, oh wow, I can't wait to see what incredible and innovative way Team Xander wins this War Games. Meanwhile, Ray to Ryback. It's just the Homer choking Bart gif. Because Ray was just ready for the fucking Ryback joke to end. And that was just the funniest part to me. Went on to the road to Xandermania. Oh, and actually, we're getting something very important from this show.
Other video I make is brought to you by Patreon.
Like, we're forgetting something very important from this show. Which is what happened right after the women's chamber was raised.
Eliza. That's right. I can speak.
First of all, she can speak, being the
I'm
big
not
shocker.
the same little starlight anymore. Your soul is mine.
And when she said your soul is mine at Xanomania, I told Pierre about this. And Pierre went, oh, that's such a cool
Like
line.
this.
Then I followed up with this. And he went, oh, she meant literally.
Oh my god!
Yeah, never forget, Jade
This
apparently
video
can
and
just
every
do
other
that.
video I make is brought to you by Patreon. I couldn't do this
Why do you
without
think
your
I don't
support.
cross her?
Check out what kind of incentives.
I'm
you can
technically
get
her
down below.
boss. There's a reason I don't cross. I don't get in her way. I came out, cut the promo on Jericho, got my ass kicked for it.
And the learning tree laying out Xander.
Yeah, no, she meant it literally. This dumb triple threat went down for the title.
The television. What? Branded now. No.
I feel like I remember the finish to this being really cool. Like, this triple threat was way better. Like, you look at the three pieces in it.
Well, time to have a doll. Power bombs the whole stick. That might be the only way you can.
You look at the three pieces in this triple threat. It was better than it had any right to be. And I just remember, yeah, it was such a sick finish. Like, Brandon took the swing, Tanvir ducked it, hit the ropes, speared him before he could swing the kendo stick.
My eyes, and in the eyes of many, many others here in LS11.
Big Jim! We had Jade just wreaking havoc on everyone. Zajac now having a layup was fun. The return of Corey Blue and Kelly McKay to tag action as they were trying to get the tag title shot. Separate Elimination Chamber. I have high doubts Moxley will get involved. It went harder than it had any right to. I mean, you know, people saying like I have doubts Moxley will get involved. There's also the logistic fact. Full Gear's tomorrow. Full Gear is in, I don't know what city, but it's in the United States. Meanwhile, Elimination Chamber's in Perth. Mox would have to get on a red-eye flight the minute his match with Brody ends. And I don't see there being any reason he would be willing to do that. Oh yeah, this is where it was revealed Scott Steiner was Cornell's attack. Oh my god, I forgot about this. The David Arquette beatdown. I was at dinner with my grandparents during this. And having to watch this out of my corner of my eyes to see how people were reacting to it.
Aaron Stevens is gone. So I'm going to show you the floor. I mean, I'm really.
This was almost, I almost want to say this was the segment that took Alexander Blackstone from being like a joke to a lot of people to being like, oh shit, this guy's for real. This guy's actually kind of psychotic.
I bet it. Special thanks to Tommy Jones.
And that was it for a little while until Return of the Wall happened.
This video and every other video I make is brought to you by Patreon. I couldn't do this without your support. Check out what kind of incentives you can get down below. Hello, LS11 Universe, it's the Doctor and the Quiz Master.
Let's see, so this is where we had a qualifier for the television ladder match.
Kevin Brooks, DDT.
Little did anyone know at this point, including me, that Zach Parker was going to go on to be the winner of the ladder match. This is where Carnival was acting weird to NRW. I remember this as well.
I'll tell you all that. Yeah. Well, here's a former two-time.
The return of Xander number 5.
They're all on the wrong side.
They can't be both. Sometimes, yeah, this raises the threat level of Blackstone for me. He's a psycho, man. Dude's a psycho. Number 5 return. He got laid out by Raj.
What the hell? He's got a trash can. Dude. Hold.
Oh, this was great. Hold on.
I can tell you're seething mad. And I can tell you're probably about to walk up and you're probably about to, you know, maybe. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, I got really mad at him for attacking Arquette because, like, that could get us sued. Also, has anyone ever noticed my hair is dyed the wrong way in LAW? That's genuinely because they don't have the hairline the right way on 2K20. They didn't have it on 2K24 the right way, or 25. And most of my hair is brown, not blonde. Give it time, though. Oh, this was a cool finish as well. Like, I don't really have anything to add. This was just a cool finish.
Mile driver. Minute.
Like, Archangel did the lights out bit.
Wait a minute. Silence is right back to his feet.
Silence tried to do the vanishing act and got just absolutely leveled.
Silence.
I kind of describe myself like as the boss of LAW. Didn't feel like one of that. Well, thank you, Pierre. I'm glad you didn't. Unfortunately, I was gonna have my roots touched up this weekend, but Alex is a little too busy for that. She's got all of her own stuff going on, so the roots are just gonna stay this way for a little while longer, which is kind of agitating because I can literally brush my hair back like this and you can't tell it's blonde anymore. But we'll get that taken care of eventually. All that being said, I kind of see myself as like a Kermit the Frog type boss. I do my best, and then I just have these epic crash outs where I yell at everybody.
And tonight,
where Quizmaster announced his retirement. Which, as we now know, was a fucking lie. He's a bastard. Cannot be trusted. And then me and Jade took on Alexander and Eliza. And I believe Jade took the pin, right? Yeah. Jade took the pin thanks to Jericho.
Thank you all for watching LAW tonight. I've been the Quizmaster, and that was Universe.
We had the press conference. There's not much to talk about with the press conference,
video
right?
and every other video
like, I've gone behind the scenes on the press conference a million and one times.
Check out what
I'm just still really happy with it. Like, how everything went down. David Arquette and Blackstone throwing down was fun, though. Oh my god, Ray showing up in the tuxedo shirt was great.
By my hand.
The Jade and Eliza confrontation. That's my second favorite confrontation. Me and Jericho had the best confrontation because, like, I'm not going to play it again, but, like, you know, I was voicing both of us. I had Jericho bring up the fact that I almost, a couple years ago, like, Jericho brought up that I almost died a couple years ago and used that as ammunition against me. So, like, when people were like, how is this a more personal feud than any of the other ones you've had? I'm like, Jericho brought up my childhood insecurities, my childhood trauma, a lot of my, what do you call it? A lot of, like, my traumatic past. And also, the fact I almost died 2 years ago. Which is just a story I don't ever want to have to relive again. Because I've told the story before. If you want to hear the story, it's on Wrestle Luigi. It's the why Joe Hendry's title win mattered to me. But, like, it ended with me standing tall, which I think is what made a lot of people think I might lose. Because it ended with me AAing Jericho. It did have that killer line of Chris Jericho, "I'm sorry, I loved you." Where it was like I was apologizing to Jericho for ever being a fan. And then in that time, the first episodes of 2K25 were coming out as well. Kind of crazy to think about. Around, and at Xenomania, Ray has decided he's going to make him find out. Let's see, what else do we have here? I cut my promo. The Syndicate faced NRW. Jade faced Casey Styles. Triton and Quizmaster came face to face. DJ faced Zach Parker, where Zach Parker got the shock win. That was actually not supposed to happen. DJ was supposed to win that one, and then it was Ethan and JC in the main event. Also, Jade was kind of like picking off the Empire one by one. You know, forward another week-ish, roughly. Yeah, roughly another week. We just had a lot of shows with the Xander Mania Go Home show. So we're almost to the end of LAW now.
This video and every other video I make is brought to you by Patreon. I couldn't do this without your support. Check out what kind of incentives you can get down below.
Arnold and Nova finally had a one-on-one match again. And this is where it was like kind of shown that Arnold can't beat Adrian Nova one-on-one, right? Like Arnold never beat Adrian one-on-one. Yeah, and Adrian won it again. Arnold has never beat him one-on-one.
Be forgiven, to be shown warmness and kindness by all of you. Oh, a lot of people are riding on me to bring back the...
Jay's going to see all of the final champions will be in TNA, yes. So Ethan Ace, Jade Davidson, Corey Blue and Kelly McKay, Arnold and Scott Steiner, Zach Parker, and Triton will all be in TNA. At least for a little while. Some of them may go away after a while, but they're all kind of on the short list of people that will stick around at least for a while. It's going to be like, I'm going to say it's like a 66-33, 33 being the lower ratio there, being like 66% real wrestlers, 33% LAW alumni. So, all the final champions will be there, yes. This is where Kelly McKay finally got her match with Eliza. Jessica Enigma and Gabriella Bennett had a match. This is where Gabriella Bennett got a shock win as well. And let's see. Anything else of interest on this episode? Fun. A big fun, like, all-star tag match. These are always fun.
3!
Oh my god, the finish to this match was really great as well, I remember.
Jericho took
this
the
where
cheap shot
Zajac just went on a damn roll.
Well.
Triton was so obsessed with Ethan.
Everyone else. He's obsessed with all the wrong people.
Zajac was able to pin it.
I wish we could get that clocked. The heroes get the win on the final nights before...
He's got a great theme as well, just the who the fuck wanna fuck with Zajac?
This video and every other video I make is brought to you by Patreon. I couldn't do this without your support. Check out what kind of incentives you can get down below.
At the end of the... I guess you can say... Yeah, pretty much. We had the end of the 800-day reign.
The void!
828 days.
2! The reign is over!
I will say, I really loved the purple attire for Jade. That's kind of become her new permanent thing.
Very well, as she
I
was
really like
once
this
a
gear for her.
protege of my circus.
And then Eliza coming out as Malice was really cool.
Champion 900. The good girl went bad a
Maybe the
year
mask
ago.
was a little much, but I liked her Malice gear a lot. The mask was kind of just an entrance thing, though. She took it off for the match itself.
No!
But that gear was a really cool look for her. the black and
Eliza
red.
Blackstone.
I will say that NRW versus Pumped Extermination was a whatever feels like a good finish, I'm just going to go with it kind of thing. And the finish we got here of
Wipes out Shinobi, turnabout's fair play.
Adrian knocking out Steiner just to turn right around
Leaping
into the
that
clothesline.
Xanamania moment.
And for
He
Carl to
doesn't
bust
pull
out
it
his
off
only
in
once a year shooting star
SSP.
press. Felt like a good ending.
Right there. All 4 men, multiple seen new. The
I feel like
Exterminator,
Solo's probably
Carmen
winning this one.
Sandiego, Big Papa Pump, Scott Steiner, Pumped.
Oh man, Arquette versus Blackstone was also better than it had any right to be. The Nanny Royale won by Jessica Enigma. Quizmaster's final match. The ladder match was supposed to be won by DJ. Ethan Ace tapping out Chris Danger. Like, we've gone through Xandermania a lot, so I'm just kind of skimming it. Trying to think if I can think of anything interesting to talk about. Of course, the Circus of Chaos reveal, and then the
Do for the business. It's always been
the Daylight
what more can the business do for Jericho?
video package. Actually got some apparently this video package actually got some people
That's for me.
emotional, and then I'd always said I wanted to do a live and learn entrance at some point, and this felt like the perfect time because of all the Sonic stuff going on lately. So that was kind of a dream come true entrance for me. And then I brought back Judas for Jericho. And just the finish to this is so fun.
Cross-hitting book points.
I got to hit the
Pedigree.
the finishing moves of each of my favorite wrestlers. I got to hit Triple H's pedigree, Macho Man's elbow, locked in Kurt Angle's ankle lock, hit the AA, and hit the triple crossroads. Like, you ask me my 5 favorite wrestlers of all time, it's probably Cody, Cena, Macho Man, Angle, and Triple H. If you ask me to put 5 more on there, Jericho's probably still in my top 10. He's probably just barely at number 10 at this point. Just if I can separate what he's become versus what he was. Like, Jericho, Piper, Sting is probably in my top 10 nowadays. AJ Styles, and then I think Joe Hendry has to be in there. For obvious reasons. And then I got to finish the story.
Number 5. Finish the story.
Yeah, I feel like my live and learn entrance was... Like, I do these over-the-top Triple H-like entrances every year at Xandermania. Like, last year I did Hail to the King by Avenged Sevenfold, and I came through the stage wearing the skull mask and the crown. Well, I think Jimmy might have just won this. Nope. But, like, I came through the stage to Hail to the King. And then Xandermania 7. Yeah. 7 is when I did, like, the giant stage entrance where I was descending to the epic orchestra version of da 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 da. 6, which was ARW's grand finale. That was where Ray and I did I'm a Soul Man as our entrance. 5, I had a normal entrance. 4, against Sephiroth, I had a video package. 3, I wasn't on the card. 2, I did a Empire entrance, like Imperial March entrance. And Xandermania 1 was like a high... My God, Ray Phoenix sold that spike. But yeah, I've pretty much only ever had like one generic Xandermania entrance, and it was at Xandermania 4 against, or Xandermania 5 in the 4v4 match. But yeah, and then LAW kind of came to an end here, the after party.
This video and every other video I make is brought to you by Patreon. I couldn't do this without your support. Check
Title Ace promo.
Ethan. You know, I was going to let you finish, but...
Led to the BCW invasion. DJ faced...
and no one thanked him for it. It was a thankless
thankless one. Something he'd never done before. El Mata got his title shot. Jade got her promo. Came face-to-face with Jessica Enigma. This was a really cool promo, by the way.
Oh, Queen of Chaos. The Dark Prophecy says our battle shall happen one day. But that day is not today. So, to you, my old master, and to your questionable allies, I will bid you good day, good evening, and good night. See you soon.
Jade using Quizmaster's good day, good evening, good night quote on Quiz Queen is peak. I also need to remake this attire for Quiz Queen, because my God, this gear was so much cooler for her. I need to remake it on 25. Circus of Chaos's debut. We finally ended the Ryback joke once and for all. And then the Baron Blade stuff happened, and the full-blown invasion went down with Logan laying me out. And then the rest was history last night. The end of LAW. The first and only episode on 2K25.
This video and every other video I make is brought to you by Patreon. I couldn't do this without your support.
So, let me walk you through what made me choose to do this. So I talked about why, and I made all the characters, and I was like, you know what? Originally, the invasion was going to go on for months upon months. It was going to be a big thing. Brooklyn Von Braun and Odyssey Rift were going to win the LAW Women's Tag titles. Alexander Blackstone was going to be the turncoat that cost LAW the match that would have, if they had won, would have made all the BCW people be banished. Instead, Blackstone would have turned his back on LAW and cost us the match, and led to Baron Blade essentially getting Aaron Stevens' old spot on the board, and all the BCW people getting contracts, and a bunch of new names would have been showing up that I got on Community Creations and stuff. And ultimately, I just decided, like, that's a lot of story that is cool in theory, but I don't think enough people would have cared about to watch in execution. And, like, I appreciate all the support that I did get from the very vocal fans of LAW, but it's also just like, all these wrestlers are gonna get their time to shine with the TNA relaunch. So it's not like, you know, it's not like the fan favorites like the NRWs, the Circus of Chaos, the Carnolds, the so on, the so forth, the Jades, etc., etc. It's not like they're all gonna go away. And so I was like, we'll just do it all at once. You know, it took a month to get onto 2K25 for LAW, so we'll just do it all at once. You know, we'll do the DJ and Ethan match. Everything else. Baron Blade's not even in 2K25 is the issue. I can't unlock him with mods. It almost crashes. It crashes the modding tool every time I try and unlock him. So I was just like, all right, you know what? We're just gonna do it all at once. Essentially, do a grand finale kind of thing here. Finish the job. Wrap it all up. Put a nice bow on it. This, that, and all the other. Right?
The history of women started here. Naturally, we call that stuff gay, right?
But yeah, like, it was just like, at that point, I wanted to wrap it all up with a nice bow, get it all said and done, get all the title matches that needed to get done out there, wrap up the feuds and stuff, and this is how we did it. Or I did it.
Check out what kind of incentives you can get.
Ray was supposed to cut a promo. That's why I was like, that segment where I'm like, you got anything you want to say, Ray? Any words for us? That was the spot where Ray was supposed to have sent me a promo like a week ago, and he forgot. Because he had other stuff going on. It's the Doctor! And center number 3! So we just opened up with the Rise getting their tag title shot. Cool finish, though, where Arnold, like, leapt over Steiner for the win. The first win of 2K25 for LAW down right now, and they're both in street clothes. I've got to admit, there were a couple... Like, the finish was really good. Now, at least, where Arnold just absolutely speared the shit out of Cole Quinn. Now Arnold leapt over Steiner to do it. Okay, LA Knight had his gear on under his, and now Connor's booty shorts, apparently. And it was teased that this was it for LAW here, when Quizmaster and Trent were saying that they could feel the world crumbling again. That was a reference to when LSWF went away. Jade and Jessica Enigma just tore the house down, and then Yeah, then this happened.
Does Liz know? She's not answering my God.
Like, then this shit happened where
Oh my God.
Casey Styles leapt into Blackstone's arms and started making out with him aggressively. Yeah, DJ and Ethan was supposed to be a longer story as well. It was going to lead to a return of a former member of the gang as well that had gotten back in touch with me recently. This matchup was going to be leading to a bigger thing. It was going to be the Circus of Chaos matchup. Like, it was going to actually name the Circus of Chaos. And it was going to be essentially 5v5, I think. Maybe 6v6, technically. Like, Anarchy in the Arena type. Where it was going to be Quizmaster, Triton, Archangel, Silence, Quiz Queen, and Gabriella Bennett against a bunch of other people.
Power Slam.
But ultimately, I just went with Quizmaster and Triton teaming up because they have such a banger theme. I found the theme for Welcome to the Circus by Five Finger Death Punch. I came across that on my Discover Weekly in 2023, like when 2K23 was the game we were doing stuff on. Circus of Chaos has been something Triton and I have been cooking in the background for years. It's been supposed to have happened for years. So I'm glad we finally got around to doing it. But Quizmaster's never had a bad thing. And then the main event. Where just absolute pandemonium happened. Now, I will admit, there's a cut in the match right before the run-ins start. Because turns out... yeah, their theme is Welcome to the Circus by Five Finger Death Punch. Great song. Great song. Quizmaster's solo theme is Britney Spears' Circus, but specifically the Halocene metal cover. Because I am a fan of metal covers, and Halocene is my favorite band. Like, my favorite indie band, at least. It is such a banger, to be fair. It is. Like, and the lyrics fit the group so well. Like, the lyrics are... Welcome to the shit show, just another freak show. Hang your hat and hate at the door. No need for excuses. What is it? It's... Yeah. Welcome to the shit show, just another freak show. Hang your hat and hate at the door. It's a game of torture. Souls are made to order. Everything you wanted and more. You've got to kill somebody to thrill somebody. Everybody's got a reason to bleed. You've got to fuck somebody to know somebody, and that motherfucker ain't me. Am I the only one that doesn't buy into the lies? Am I the only one that doesn't wear a disguise? Because if I can't break it, and I can't change it, tell me how will I know? Am I the only one that isn't just here for the show? Welcome to the circus. Like, those lyrics alone fit the Quizmaster and Triton story so well. Specifically, like, just the... Am I the only one that doesn't wear a disguise? Because they're both the faces of their groups, and now their groups are one. But yeah, so originally here, when Jericho,
Xander right now,
Raj, and Kaz showed up, Kaz was a last-minute addition to this. And that was because it was supposed to be Alexander Blackstone. But the Bloodline run-in doesn't work for custom characters. So I had Logan's allies set up as Chris Jericho, as Raj Desi, Alexander Blackstone, Chris Jericho, so they'd come out in that order. And the first time around, it was Raj Desi came out, then Chris Jericho came out, but then because he had no other allies, it just randomly picked, and Santos Escobar came running out, and I was like, that's not gonna work. Jericho, I don't even want to know who it would have had come out for me, because my allies were supposed to be Ray, Scott Steiner, and Carnold. So instead, I got David Arquette, Scott Steiner, and then the big reveal
of David Arquette against 3 world champion level guys.
Mike Tyson was supposed to actually be.
Well,
Mike Tyson was always one of mine.
Make it an extra. Here comes Big
I'll have another big reveal here in a moment. As here came my Iron Mike. And there was
Mike
still
Tyson
several more minutes of this.
with a knockout blow to Paul.
And like technically, I know the final image is actually just me talking, but like, what a final shot of LAW.
Unbelievable
Like, what
squad
a final shot for the
tall.
end of LAW. Scott Steiner, David Arquette, Mike Tyson, and me standing tall while Raj Desi floats in the background. Kaz, well, it's because he catches so many strays from me on commentary. It was like a little fit. Kaz will work. But yeah, no, like,
Still spicy. Come on, let's land and go home, cowboy.
to explain, you know, where was I going with this?
Snapshot is for personalized discounts that they drivers don't have to pay for bad drivers' mistakes. Are you saying I'm a bad driver?
But yeah, no, the match with me and Logan. Now, the big reveal that I haven't had a chance to talk about is originally that was going to go very differently, but the celebrity guest of the DLC pack didn't come out, which was supposed to be KSI. And originally the plan was that the "you bring your friends, I'll bring mine" line from Logan and I's tweet that was in the Discord was going to be that KSI was going to show up under the Prime bottle, and just when it looked like he and Logan were about to beat me down, Mike Tyson was going to come out of nowhere with a knockout punch, knock out KSI. I was going to hit the pedigree, and that was going to be it. But then KSI didn't end up getting out of the game, and I was like, well, fuck him. I'm just going to do my own thing. And decided that all the ghosts of my past versus the unlikely friends I've made along the way.
You switch, you also get a free phone. What you need? Welcome to getting more. Welcome to Big Station. Smile, you're on cricket.
Yeah, if there was ever a fitting final image, it was definitely that. You're right. But yeah, that was originally supposed to be KSI that was in the run-in role, and Mike Tyson was going to lay him out. Like, I ported that Mike Tyson mod the first week I could. But now that all this is done, I'm going to check and see if this mod worked. So I guess Tiffany and Naya is the main event tonight.
Slam down hard into the cover, trying to get his first win in WWE. But the natural everything was brought this in the facts for the sheer physical dominance of this monster of a man, JC. It is more impressive as the minutes tick by here. It shows what a cunning and savvy acquisition this was.
All right, you guys are going to get a little preview of something here. These two aren't facing off, but a certain mod has officially come out. So let's check it out. There it is. Here it is, folks. The WrestleMania 41 Arena mod is officially here. It's officially here. The only thing I need to do is figure out how I can change the ring apron. Because they uploaded it as a bake file instead of as its own thing. So I definitely want to change the ring canvas. And so I'm going to definitely have to figure that out. We'll see what I can do, though. I may just have to rebake it myself. I've got ideas. Yeah, it's a mod, Brandon. It's a mod. Hence why there's all the mod logos on, or all the sponsor logos here. So those will be swapped out for like the LS11 logo and other stuff, like what I did for Survivor Series. There you go. I do have something I need to check, though. And I'm really hopeful about. I'm hopeful, but I'm not optimistic. I will say.
It's a massive mistake. The megastar has unwavering confidence is what people want about him at times. It simply boils down to delusion. You're a man, you're fallible. Things can go wrong and things are going wrong, unsurprisingly, against this trio of beasts.
Look at that face on JC Mateo. He sees exactly what he wants with Knight on the outside.
It's exactly what Solo Sikoa wants to. It's exactly why Solo Sikoa brought this man into the fold.
But you guys don't need to know what I'm working on right now. You'll know when you know, is all I will say there. All I will say is if you think you know where a certain story is going, it's going exactly where you think it's going. And that is the most I will say. But yeah, I'll see if I can figure out the mod situation. I feel like this is going to end in some kind of something. I don't know. But yeah, it comes with both a day version and a night version, so that's kind of cool. Only downside is the arena's listed as Awesome Kong right now because of I already have the ID number in use. Which is admittedly kind of funny, but alright. Please, big money on this one. Please, please, please. Looks like it's working. It's sort of working. It's working enough, is what I will say. It's enough where I can pull it off. Don't worry about it, is all I will say. It's a good thing, Pierre. You'll know in a second because I'm going to put it in the disciplinary or in the creative team. Disciplinary committee has officially been replaced with creative team via Ray. He changed the name because, and I quote, the disciplinary committee joke is kind of old news. I'm like, fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, like Ray is right. Like it's a little sad, but Ray is right. All right. I'm gonna put it in the creative team. Give me a second. JC Mateo with the win. All right. Again, though, we need to get LA Knight out of this bloodline vortex.
see Mateo. Right here, Solo's and Carol's crew. Back to major strength.
This PR mad. Then right back. Changing it from disciplinary committee to creative team. Hi, Ray.
Jacob Pop too. I mean, there's something there. Yada mean way. By the way, great job defining it at Backlash. Mr. Cole. Yes, indeed. Yada means. Wait, let's go back to what happened with Legado del Fantasma. We Russell shot with himself to the San Francisco Bar and Berta. This was last week's SmackDown matchup. Los Gaza.
All right, let's see what I can do here.
However, in the aftermath, Santos Escobar was far from happy with its truth. That was Berto finally snapping at the books of verbal abuse from Legado del Fantasma's leader.
Last time I even went to the show, he wasn't there to spend time though. I fear he's listening to the wrong people. People that don't understand about loyalty and the bigger picture. No. Look. I'm willing to forgive. This opportunity is going to help us make a statement. I want to share this together. Call this an invitation to a sit-down dinner party on me. This is going to put our names. I'm going to try my best. I can promise anything. Hey, Santos. And when you stand up for something bigger than yourself, something special, that will always scare people. But loyalty, that is the one thing I've always seen from you since day one. It would be a shame we lose all this loyalty for actions of one selfish person. Legado.
Angel has to bridge things. Santos and Berto. Hey, remember the much anticipated women's championship match is coming up next. Tiffany.
All right, let's see here.
Her top pedestal, Nia Jax, looking to crash it all down. The title is on the line in both.
One day, two heavy hitters.
It's Saturday.
One unstoppable.
It's the MJU Show versus Braun Breaker. This means Monday Night Raw is more dangerous than ever.
Money in the Bank qualifying matches begin. Raw, Monday, 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, on Gun Netflix.
Seriously, you're not failing anymore?
Yeah, friction in Legado del Fantasma. Seemingly as always.
What's supposed to do now?
It's a bitch.
There must be some way to reverse it and get my alien energy back. I don't know.
Oh, now that I face repulsive. Resident Alien, new season June 6th on USA and Sci-Fi. Stream from the beginning on Peacock. You got the business. Check it out. We got the experts. And together, magic happens. Oh. You got the vision. We got the network to help your business grow. You got the ambition.
All right.
We got the personalized solution so you can rise above threats. Business has you covered in more ways than you think.
Check it out.
Pizza Hut's Cheesy Bites Pizza is a game changer. With 28 cheese-filled bites around the crust, every single bite is a highlight. The Cheesy Bites Pizza, starting at $12.99. Get it on the Pizza Hut app.
Get it closer, Bob.
Mercy Worlds. One amazing take on our universe.
Check it out. Pizza Hut's Cheesy Bites Pizza is a game changer. With 28 cheese-filled bites around the crust, every single bite is a highlight. The Cheesy Bites Pizza, starting at $12.99. Get it on the Pizza Hut app.
Doritos and Subway teamed up for the new Doritos footlong nachos. Just $5 for a limited time.
Next, these giant chicken finger quesadillas. We're gonna need more balance. It's got sauce. Grammarly is an AI writing partner that works seamlessly with your everyday apps to help professionals write better and faster to get all of their work done or do anything really they have to do. Grammarly's AI features help you cut down the endless back and forth through rewrites, tone adjustments, just a few clicks rather than a couple of hours. Might as well try it out.
I'm doing something that I think is the right thing to do, to say the least, for the WrestleMania ring canvas, because I'm getting rid of all the corporate sponsorship logos, right? Like, I'm getting rid of all the like real life corporation sponsorships, but I wanna do the right thing here. So I've got an idea.
It's on sale now. Scan the code to get your tickets today.
Oh, it's a Shinsuke promo about LA Knight.
お前のちゃんとグラつけてみる。承認されたい。魂を取ろうが、お前を破滅に導く。アリスタブラック。俺はお前の。
Oh no, it's a Shinsuke promo about a lot of people because he's talking about Aleister Black now.
That's very determined, Shinsuke Nakamura. We're going to be in beautiful Savannah, Georgia next week. For Friday night.
It's Savannah, Georgia next week. For those wondering, one, well, obviously, as I've said many times, I'm going to be out of state next week. Two, Savannah, Georgia is like, I'm in Georgia. Savannah, Georgia is like, oh, that's why, because it's a triple threat Shinsuke, Aleister, and Knight for next week. But, yeah, no. Savannah is like 6 hours from the part of Georgia I live in. Roxanne, or Julia's, Zelina, and Charlotte next week. Interesting.
Julia, we'll find out next week on SmackDown. How great that Julia controls it. So good. And we have another World Championship match next week. Remember, they went at it a week ago. It was non-title. Street Profits were not at 100% health. And now, could this be the momentum that Braxton takes all the way for the biggest breakthrough of all? Street Profits with the title defense, WWE Tag Team Championship, next Friday on SmackDown.
But to be honest, it doesn't matter when I win, because I'm a winner. I'm winning my qualifying match. I'm taking that briefcase, and I'm taking that title the same way that you did tonight. You little bastard.
Jade, you can keep talking all you want, but if I were you, I wouldn't get too comfortable because I am always ready. And you might be good enough to win your qualifier. And you may be even good enough to win that briefcase. But for as long as I'm champion, you'll never be good enough to cash in on me. Toodles.
But it's Nia Jax who won the #1 contender. It's Nia Jax who looks to conquer the former Slam Turn belt. WWE.
Yeah, let's see. Do I still have Ray's logo anywhere in my computer? I'm pretty sure I do. It's probably the LS11 Universe folder. Yep, there it is.
The 22nd at the Javits Center. Tickets on sale now at fanaticsfest.com. Hey, dog. Battle leaders? Now it's calling.
All right, and finally,
Truckloads of tradition, boatloads of bonus. Go truckloads of both because it's all you can eat and I don't have to stop. Walt Disney Studios trucks T-Mobile for Business to help bring Leo and Stitch to the theaters this summer. T-Mobile's advanced 5G solutions connect both production hubs, powering real-time collaboration.
The Maryland local campus believes in students you can get credit for life and job experience that translated to coursework and help cut down the cost of school. UMGC helps you become a highly attractive candidate in the job market.
Wow! Jimmy! Hey, I was eating that. You're eating a toasted ultimate Italian melty overnight. Hey, fast! It's the hot sauce! Everyone gets a sandwich and toasted sandwiches at Jimmy John's. Oh, that's good. The clock is ticking. Everything you are, everything you've done has come to this.
all right, here we go.
You know inside me? Nice. M&M's. It's more fun together.
Okay, here's what you want to do. Save hundreds from the Nizzle customizes your car insurance.
Are you a caddy?
No, I'm a duck. That's a lingo.
Yeah, I'm gonna pop that.
Nice birdie.
Yes, he is a very nice bird.
Oh no, leave him!
Only pay?
Native is made with 9 clean ingredients and is good for your skin without leaving white marks or residue. 72-hour odor protection that cares for skin isn't a myth.
Weekly pharmacy orders on the way for Homer, the homebody who only goes outside when nature calls. So Mom uses
Okay.
get his flea and tick meds at a great
All right, now, folks, it's a moment of truth.
For quality meds, for life with pets, there's Chewy.
Saturdays are for superstars, as John Cena makes his historic return to Saturday night's main event. Are you kidding me? Saturday night's main event, live Saturday night.
All right, I have made the edits to the WrestleMania 41 ring, hopefully. Test these out.
In sports entertainment, and they have seen quite the night. Alexa Bliss has advanced herself to the women's Money in the Bank. Braxians earning themselves a title shot. Didn't get it to finish between Aleister Black and Carmella. This historic arena in Greensboro and see with all the all cats and no breaks with it. Gotta be the battle on the neighbor. This young man loves the megastar. Marry me, Tip. Getting live is quite a few suitors heading her way.
All right, I fucked up somehow. I don't know what I did, but I fucked something up.
Money in the bank, never too young. 2-year-old with his independence. Good job, it's been loud this evening. A few weeks ago, we were all stunned when Nia Jax returned. Brutally attacked Tiffany Stratton and Jade Cargill. Nia clearly signaling the target and the prize and what she wants to replay. And now it is right in front of her. This crowd is roaring in anticipation of this WWE Women's Championship match. Major victory last week over fellow powerhouse Jade Cargill to secure this opportunity at the goal, albeit thanks to a major assist from Naomi. You can enter WWE's Dream Trip to Universal Orlando Resort sweepstakes for a chance to experience Universal Orlando Resort's 4 theme parks and includes the all-new Universal Epic Universe opening May 22nd, plus a chance to meet a WWE superstar. Go to WWE.com/Universal Sweeps to enter for your chance to win that.
Oh, man. I like Tiffany's gear tonight. Very, like, pastel goth, almost.
There's no one in their way. It's simply time to decide it. The former friend of Liverpool. Side 2 of Nia Jax against Jade Cargill. Once Wicked got jumped for her trouble, but there is no doubt Tiffany's mind is on the confidence she's showing right now.
And Jing's I'm running the channels, therefore I said it first. There's a delay.
Nia Jax is held back the goal that a former protege took from her back in January. For the official introductions, here's the always at the ready Mark. The following contest is scheduled for one fall, and it's for the WWE Championship.
If I can't get rid of the sponsorships on the canvas, it's not the end of the world. I'd like to be able to, but we'll see what happens. It's giving me a little bit of grief trying to do it right now because they did upload the file as just a drop it in and it's ready to go file instead of all the files individual. Yeah, there's just something that breaks when I try and do it myself.
Tiffany Stratton holds that up high after ending Nia Jax's reign as WWE Women's Champion. That is what is on the line. Potentially be the last time Tiffany Stratton holds that gold for a hell of a long time.
God, I'm still gonna make the thumbnail and stuff for Full Gear and Elimination Chamber tonight. I don't wanna. I gotta at least do Full Gear. I mean, it'll probably be something basic like the six guys in the main event, but still. I realize I hadn't done that yet. It goes out tomorrow.
When you have the advantage of the money in the bank contract, and what an advantage it is. It's another thing entirely when it's a straight up one-on-one match. Kick in the leg, headbutt punch against her. Don't let Vivi out of the block. She quite simply can't lose this one, Maya. Drop kick. Both there. Nia with that shoulder tackle. But Nia Jax really looks down her nose at Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton for the one who learned the ropes of the Jax. The WrestleMania 41 match against Charlotte Flair was a massive coming out party for a different version of Stratton. We know she can fight it out in the trenches now. She can do the ugly stuff. Tiffany Stratton, when needed, can be a split. And she does need it this evening. Cuts it to the back hamstring, but instead gets caught by Nia Jax.
Oh well, yeah, I can't figure it out tonight. Not the end of the world. A little frustrating because I don't want, SNK and Clash of Clans and stuff all over the ring canvas at Mania, but if that's what it's gonna be. It's what's gonna be. Simple as that. See if I can at least try and make the thumbnail for Full Gear during the main event here.
You don't have anything to worry about. Yeah, that would be cool. The hit series comes to USA. Yeah, that ain't weird at all. What's it going to do again from the beginning? Next, after SmackDown on USA. Oh, pizza! We're trapped by dishes.
Don't worry, they've got new giant power sets. We'll power through this whole pile with ease.
Yeah, it's the dish soap with 2 times more powerful suds.
Lucky ducks.
Dawn's first suds. Exact quality. Remove 99% of grease.
So it doesn't get passed from dish to dish.
Clean and stacked.
Like ducks in a row.
Good one.
New Dawn power sets, the better grease getter.
Check it out.
Pizza Hut's Cheesy Bites Pizza is a game changer. With 28 cheese-filled bites around the crust, every single bite is a highlight. The Cheesy Bites Pizza, starting at $12.99. Get it on the Pizza Hut app.
This is not a blue moon. Now it is. Now it's not. Now it is. Now it's not. Now it is. Now it's not. Now it is. A Valencia orange makes the blue moon a blue moon, and everything a little brighter.
Macy's Memorial Day sale is your chance to bring home the mattress you've been dreaming of. Get up to 60% off top brands, plus a free adjustment
All right.
spring on select mattresses, and get a Macy's gift card on our best brands. Macy's Memorial Day sale, now through Sunday.
This is Arby's tender 13-hour smoked brisket in a smoker. This is Arby's tender 13-hour smoked brisket in a sandwich. This is Arby's tender 13-hour smoked brisket in a sandwich. Arby's, we have the meat.
Hey, look at that. They got one of DirecTV's new genre packs. I think you mean genre packs.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Now they can pay less and pack just the TV they want. Pick the TV they want. Yeah, now you get the picture.
I get final destination top points has been declared to the best. Some bloody good return. Destination top points. Twisted tea brands love the smooth, refreshing taste of Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Get brewed tea, second alcohol. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Keep it twisted. It's go time. Wow. Let's go to Hang with friends. Except hang with friends. Download the Now Go and play the Star Wars event today.
Check it out! Pizza Hut's Cheesy Bites Pizza is a game changer. With 28 cheese-filled bites around the crust, every single bite is a highlight. The Cheesy Bites Pizza, starting at $12.99. Get it on the Pizza Hut app.
Just torn way there with you. Inside there have been two critical moments in this WWE Women's Championship match. As Nia Jax has had control. Tiffany had her head straight to the corner just like this moments ago. And Nia came in with a hip attack that smashed into the post. Oh, but this time she gets out of the way.
A hit first for that steal for Nia Jax. That's under the hand.
Oh, the sliding baseball slide gets the best of her.
And Tiffany Stratton really has to make this count. There's been very little in the way of offense coming from the champ. Oh, trying to turn things around. I think Stratton rose it out there.
It's a timekeeper, but off the top. To the post. Nia gets set head first into the post.
I can tell you that impact by Nia Jax was right on the top of the head. That's practically the impact of a pile driver into steel. And Nia Jax is wobbled all over the place.
This is the comeback that Tiffany Stratton's been looking for. The champ is flying. Crossbody to retain.
A count of two. Just one big hit there from Tiffany Stratton has completely turned this match on its head after utter dominance from the challenger. Well, this was pretty. Tiffany Stratton really can't do it all.
And Jax return after some time away. With her sights set on Tiffany Stratton and reclaiming this championship. Pop-up Samoan. Samoan drop. Oh, senton. Nia to get goal again. But that left shoulder.
Oh, man. I do not have much to say at this point. Weird. For someone that's normally so talkative, I am rather speechless at the moment. It's just because I've been working all day. I delivery drove for most of my day. Probably got to do the same tomorrow, too. Because I'm about to be gone for several days and renting gonna pay itself, so.
And the shoulder up by Nia.
And Nia is running on fumes right now. Tiffany Stratton's come to work, trying to come up with something.
Oh man, with there only being 6 minutes left in the show, I just have this sinking feeling it's about to end in a DQ via.
This is great stuff between these two. The current champ.
I just have a bad feeling some DQ nonsense is about to happen via Naomi. Because we're not allowed to have nice things.
It's up. They're really intelligent of Nia Jax there. Just one of those moves would have beaten a lesser competitor. There is a reason why Tiffany.
Yeah, it is just that way sometimes. I feel bad when it's a watch along though or a live stream. I'm just sitting here like in dead silence, like I'm just pondering something, and really all I'm doing is fucking putting together the thumbnail for tomorrow.
12,000 plus for Friday Night SmackDown to see this World Championship main event Nia's getting in position. Tiffany was able to get to her feet. You cannot give Tiffany Stratton an extra beat. So durable, so much endurance. She's going to be back swinging before you know it, as Jax found there, but it might be for nothing looking at this. Nia's trying to get her up into position. Look what Tiffany's done. Oh, my God. How adaptive there was Tiffany Stratton just when it looked like all hopes were lost. The body control wave. The incredible body control. What? In the middle.
Yep. Naomi walking out with a chair like it's a 2K universe mode run-in feature. Naomi's made it clear she wants next. Whoever's got the gold. Then why is she going to get involved now? And here comes Jade.
This match continues. Oh, Nia charges, and Tiffany gets out of the way. Well, major distractors massively helps. She's going for it. Prettiest moonsault ever to retain.
And Nia just kicked out of the PME.
Nobody has ever kicked out of Tiffany's prettiest moonsault. Nobody. They have now, Joe.
God, they're not about to put the belt back on Nia, are they?
Jax refusing to be denied this evening. There is something special driving Jax. She wants the gold in a big one. This is outrageous.
Oh God, they're about to put the belt back on fucking Nia, aren't they?
Tiffany Stratton landed horribly on that side. What is she doing? What is she doing now? The big Stratton's clearing off our announce desk. And it's not going to get any better either. Nia Jax has all the time in the world to think, oh no,
Ouch.
to the reinforced desk. Referee being incredibly giving with that count, knowing this is a major championship match. Stratton's body has been wrecked. Oh, she's going for the Annihilator. She's going to finish this.
Oh, Tiffany's back to her feet. They're not going to do the Bailey powerbomb spot, are they? Nope, Annihilator. Tiffany's got the rope.
She feels she had it won. Absolute classic here. This should have been over at least twice by this point. Brian Tran, this show. No, she had the rope. Nia says, forget this. I just won this championship. I'm taking it. She wants the title.
Well, Nia's trying to go walkabouts. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God, that busted Nia open. Nia's bleeding. Tiffany with it. That was probably one of Nia's best matches I've ever seen her have. Admittedly.
Absolutely everything was an absolute bragger. That was about the heaviest Annihilator I've ever seen. Tiffany Stratton was equal to it after Madden Johnson only kicked off the 20th full hour.
What the fuck? So, Full Gear didn't export. That's great. So I gotta stay up while that re-exports. Let's try it again. Alright, cool. That's gonna do it. I got a little sad. Just gonna hope that it doesn't fuck up this time. I'm gonna go feed my cats, go shower, because I feel like I need it. I'm gonna go figure out what my day looks like tomorrow, maybe a little bit at least. Because I need to figure out if I'm gonna go delivery drive tomorrow or not. And I will be seeing you all tomorrow for Full Gear. And I'll see you on Sunday for Elimination Chamber. And then I'll see you Monday for Raw.